Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran and now I'm here with River Brown, Andrew Velez, and Mr. Joel Dells. Shout out to the NFL playoffs. The divisional round was a movie. A lot of great things to talk about on this show. I mean, the Denver Broncos advancing to the AFC Championship game. What a moment for them. There's been a commenter that made a bet with me. We bet $100 that the Broncos win the Super Bowl. I wonder if the bet's off now. Is it? Should it be?
It feels a little unfair.
I'll leave it up to him to answer that.
Well,
maybe he still believes in the team.
If you did it on certain sports books, they wouldn't care. But I think man to man.
Yeah. Maybe house money. House money. One way street. How you feeling, Drew?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. Bittersweet. You could argue bittersweet. You know, a lot of emotions ran through my mind on Saturday. There was a high that I experienced that I hadn't experienced in a long, long time.
Drugs can't get you that high.
They can't. And as I sent that tweet, the next one follows. Bo Nix out for season, broken ankle. It's sad. I really, really went through it. It was a good hour of being like sad as I could possibly be. I was watching a game with Tyler. Tyler saw I literally removed myself. I put myself in another room. I was just so distraught. But I'm pretty great. I'm over it now, sort of, kind of. We're moving on. We're on to the AFC Championship game. I'm excited to talk about the game as a whole, of course. You know that, because I have gripes to settle.
We got a lot of gripes. We were the only ones picked Denver on the show.
You know, actually, if we want to do that off the rip, let's do it. So I said it on the last show. I fully anticipated to be the lone Bronco selector on the panel. Only when I thought was Riv, because Riv had been along for the ride all season long. But it's his guy. I wasn't overly shocked that he picked Josh.
I thought he was going to take the Bills.
Because it's Josh Allen, agreed. But he's been the Bronco guy all season long with me.
Yeah.
You, I wasn't surprised. You've been flip-flopping nonstop on the Broncos.
Yeah.
Now, you were the only one to choose the Broncos.
I was.
Now, I did myself the favor of going back and listening to everybody's rationale because I wanted to know what we were going to pick apart. Riv, Josh Allen, fine, you know.
I didn't have much rationale.
It is what it is.
The backwards hat.
Love Josh Allen. I'm not too surprised. Again, Riv, I said it on my video. I'm going to give you a pass yet again. Just respect Bo Nix from here on out. That's all I ask.
It was an okay day yesterday, too. I think that's only fair.
Well, I didn't say anything bad about Denver.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You just like, they have a Lambo. He didn't look like a Lambo. He didn't look like a Lambo. Far from.
He looked like a tricycle.
All I ask is just from here on out.
Tricycle's been home for 2 weeks.
We're both home, brother. I don't give a fuck.
All I ask from here on out, Riv, you just put a slight bit more respect on Bo Nix's name. That's all I ask from you, and we can move on.
He's earned it.
For you.
Respect him.
I don't.
Respect him.
For you.
Jesus
Good
Christ.
rationale.
Respect him. Fuck. Sorry.
Your rationale was good.
Yeah.
At least you gave some logical reasons as to why the Bills would lose.
That did happen.
Or why the Bills would win, excuse me. 100%. The run game was wildly efficient for them.
But could not predict 5 turnovers.
You couldn't predict that Josh Allen was going to have an aneurysm and shit the bed the way that he did.
Nope.
The fumble before the half. The fumble out of halftime.
Actually, that started everything.
The interception
so
after
great.
Bo Nix
It
throws
was so great, man.
Where as bad as Josh Allen's pick was, I think the worst turnover outside of the fumble before the half. It was a bad pick by Bo Nix.
That
Just
shit
really
killed
bad.
me, yo.
And then Joel immediately running to lock of the week, Bo Nix interception. That was fine. So your logic was fair because a lot of what you said came into reality except the end result, which was obviously not correct. Now for you, I listened to your logic. You said nothing.
I said nothing.
He never says anything.
No.
He hasn't said anything.
He literally
in weeks.
he said he gave
doesn't say
zero
anything.
reason why
doesn't
he was
say
picking the
anything,
Broncos. His lone one good thing that he said was, well, they have a week to prepare, but actually not really because they have to either prepare for Buffalo or Jaguars, so it's not that much of an advantage. But I'm actually worried about this team because last year they smoked you guys, and it wasn't even close. And this year it's closer, but like, is it that much closer? I don't know. I'm just going to choose the Broncos. End of statement. Riv goes, you know, you really didn't say anything. If that made, like, I'd be with you if that made sense. Bro said a whole lot of nothing.
He's been
I'm
doing
just
this
choosing.
for weeks,
I'm just choosing hate.
Brother, sometimes
I really
sometimes
overly.
you see a multiple choice question, you're like, fuck, I don't know, but you get the question right. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you get it right.
You were so blinded by Josh Allen hate. All your logic was Bills. My brain's with the Bills. Just had an impressive win over the Jaguars. My team to maybe go out and come out of the AFC. Josh Allen looked incredible. He was amazing against them. But the Broncos got smoked last year. They're not that much better. Broncos. So you chose us, but you didn't believe.
Damn.
No, I mean, I remember my opening statement was like, I'm like 55-45 one way, but I don't feel great about
most
it.
importantly-
And it was right. I mean, it was anyone's game.
He didn't leave.
And this is where I get to unleash because the topic is strictly talking about Josh Allen. You can have your fun with that.
He was
I'm fine.
terrible.
I'm hands off. What happened was exactly what I wanted. Josh Allen play okay.
He was
He
dog
loses.
shit.
I can still love him. We move on and we win.
One of the worst quarterback performances I've ever seen in my life.
You upgraded from not a starter to solid now. He's solid now. That was before the game. You still average. You weak. Weak word I can't say on the podcast.
What?
You, Bo
Garbage,
Nix.
I think he says.
It's a mid.
All right, regardless.
Yeah.
You were very disrespectful on Bo Nix. That's where I'm not letting you off the hook here.
When?
Now, and hey, I'm,
On
again,
that
yes,
that
exactly.
live.
Yes.
That's valid.
All
That's
right.
valid. That was a minute ago.
It was, but you said you were keeping the same energy. So
keep
all I
saying
just
that.
asked
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
from here on out, we respect him. You never been moved. You're not
So he
moved.
was average.
Average, even after the Packers game. One game's not going to do it for me, even though you're Mr. Ride a Wave.
Talk.
So tell me, Wave Rider, after you watch Caleb Williams, 4 touchdowns, 5 picks in this postseason run,
Don't compare Bo Nix
after
to Caleb
CJ
Williams.
Stroud,
Don't
7
do that.
turnovers.
Don't do that. A CJ Stroud, I've never been a CJ Stroud fan. Let's get this fucking straight.
No, but your Bo Nix is not better than either. Like, not even close.
Oh, he was close to Stroud, not Caleb. Not Caleb.
So
Not
tell
Caleb.
me.
Not
So
Caleb.
tell me. So tell me now,
Caleb- Caleb
after
Williams.
beating the best in the world, Josh Allen,
Well, he's not the best in the world.
after going ahead and beating the Buffalo
No, it's Patrick
Bills.
Mahomes.
Yeah, for sure.
What can you say now
Burrow.
on Bo Nix? There's nothing you can say.
Okay.
There's nothing. There's nothing. He is bulletproof right now, except for, God
the ankle.
be with his, please, Lord,
Quick
make him
recovery,
okay
bro.
for next
Quick
season.
recovery.
It's a shame that you're not going to be able to perform the AFC Championship because we got robbed the cinema.
This could have been the Super Bowl, man.
Drake May versus Bo Nix was
Drake May's
what
playing like
everybody
ass.
thought coming in.
It was unfortunate.
There's nothing you could say. There isn't, other than Bo Nix, you're amazing. You outperformed Josh Allen on the biggest stage. Nobody thought you would, and you did it again. 3rd down situation, gotta have it. Bo Nix, answer the call. Regulation, we need a go-ahead touchdown, Bo Nix. You've done nothing in the second half. We need you. Can you do it for us in the biggest moment? Because everybody says you can't do it.
Overtime,
You're-
you need
you're-
the Bills defenders to have defensive pass interference. He did that.
I didn't even mention about overtime.
do that.
I didn't mention that because the first one wasn't. You want to say that was ticky tack, roughing the passer, anyways, egregious
Yeah.
on Joey Bosa.
Joey Bosa was ridiculous.
Trey White straight up tackled Marvin Mims.
In the first drive in OT, Cortland Sutton dropped the ball that would have extended the
Cortland
drive.
Sutton had, I think, 4 drops in this game. 2 of them were in overtime. Cortland Sutton was bad. I give him a little bit of grace because in that last drive of regulation, he was nails too. He had all of his production basically in that last drive. Every single time you've questioned Bo Nix, he has told you, shut the fuck up. Shut up and let me do my thing. And he has been amazing. It's a tragedy we don't get to see him in the AFC Championship
Tragedy.
game.
It is.
It genuinely breaks my heart
Special
for him.
quarterback.
And if I think about it too much, I could break down right
I
now.
wouldn't blame
Sorry.
him. Sad.
It really
It's
broke me as a man because watching him outperform Josh Allen, the vindication, validation I felt in that moment was surreal. I haven't been that happy watching sports in so long. He was flat out amazing. I just hope that we can finish out this season strong. We're going into this game versus New England. We're going to be underdogs. I'm expecting that. It sucks that he doesn't get a chance to finish his story, but his story finishing after beating the Bills, the number one pass defense in the league, going out there and outperforming the best quarterback this season in Josh Allen. It makes me very excited for what's to come for the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix, but I'm also happy for him because now a lot of his doubters, they look so stupid. They look so terribly dumb because every time you doubted him, he answered. So I hope he gets well soon because Lord knows Broncos country is praying for him.
It's unfortunate that the injury happened in that moment because had this been a regular season injury, he's probably back for the playoffs. I'm not sure how severe it is, but I'm sure it's not.
He broke his ankle.
Did he? I thought it was a bone in his.
It's a bone in his ankle. Still technically,
It would have been a
verbiage wise, it's a broken
injury.
ankle.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I got that wrong.
It's all no, but
ultimately the Broncos
he would have had a chance to come back at some point.
If he got early, like September.
The Broncos season with that injury, essentially, they're gonna have some chance, right? You know, I want to talk about the Broncos first before we dive into this Josh Allen stuff.
Just got to win 2 games.
The Broncos won 33-30, and now with the Bo Nix injury, their percentage chance is 8% on Polymarket. That's what the public thinks their chance is to win a Super Bowl. It was just a great performance, I think, from the offense specifically. Listen, I think the defense, they had turnovers that definitely swung the game in itself. Josh Allen's turnovers will be the big talking point of it, but 3 of his turnovers resulted in 6 points for the Broncos. The defense for the Bills really did a tremendous job at limiting those opportunities from Denver. I thought would really hurt the momentum of Buffalo was the James Cook fumble.
100%.
I think that's something that nobody's going to talk about because James Cook is the best running back in the league, most yards, and him having a fumble doesn't matter because the quarterback overshadows everything. But James Cook fumbling in that moment after Allen had a big time scramble, and it looked like the Bill and Cook had a good run, and the Bills look like if they score on this drive and they're up 14-3, the game. I mean, it seems like it's in favor of Buffalo.
I'm not going to
100%.
disagree with you, bro.
He fumbles, and then the Broncos score a touchdown on that drive. You know, the Broncos scored more points on that drive than they did on any of Josh Allen's 3 turnovers that he had within the first 3 quarters. So I thought the defense came up big in moments, but on every drive they didn't get a turnover, they got scored on. Buffalo was able to do whatever they wanted. They averaged 2.73 points per drive. The reason why they were able to become victorious is because the offense was phenomenal in the first half. They had 17 first half points just alone, and then they had an extra 3 because of Allen's dumb fumble before the half where Will Lutz kicked the field goal. The offense stagnated late, and they were down 23-27, 4 minutes left, and Bo Nix needs to drive downfield and score a touchdown. And he threw one of his best passes of the season, targeting Marvin Mims. You know, you can't ask for anything more of the offensive performance. The offense for the Broncos, you know, as much as the turnovers definitely swung things for Denver, the offense being so great situationally and so amazing in the first half, in which they started out the game with a potential touchdown that was dropped by Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Who came up big later in the game, too.
He did, and he made a touchdown. And I think it was before the half that Lil Jordan Humphrey had a touchdown when Darnell Savage came in the ball game. And
picked him apart immediately.
The Bills defense, like watching the all-22 back, I'm just wondering, who are they guarding? It wasn't man-to-man, it was zone. And just nobody picked that side up of the field at all. It was bizarre, but the Broncos took advantage of their opportunities, and Bo Nix was amazing. I thought Bo Nix, the only play you can criticize him for maybe is the pick that Deion Walker, he just fell back on.
Yeah. And
that's honestly like he caught that on his face mask. Like I think for him to catch that was really good. And in his limited snaps, Deion Walker is a bright spot for the Bills. He's a rookie this year. I think he's a bright spot moving forward. But the Broncos were amazing offensively in that game, and it was an all-around team win. And I think that Bo Nix did answer a lot of critics, and I think he continued what he showcased in the second half of the regular season, but also what he showcased all season, in which in the fourth quarter, he has been the best quarterback in the fourth quarter. And when they needed him the most, he prevailed. And I thought most of the plays, the drives that ended in punts for Denver was mostly Denver drops. I mean, we forget that Troy Franklin was out this game. We forget that Pat Bryant went out early in this game.
After he had 3 catches in the first drive.
A wide receiver core of Cortland Sutton, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Marvin Mims, who came up big in this game, and Evan Ingram. and they couldn't run the ball either. Bo Nix had over 50 dropbacks in this game. He didn't take a sack once, I believe.
Nope.
Yeah, I think he had the exact number is 49 dropbacks. But the amount of times that the Broncos asked Bo Nix to make a play happen was over 50 when you take into account the rushes that he had. So,
which ended up being the one that ended his season.
I cannot watch that game and say that the Broncos are being limited by a quarterback when the coach has put in the ball in the quarterback's hands over 50 times to go make something happen and win. And he did that. So I think he deserves a lot of credit, and I think he deserves a lot of praise, and I think he deserves a lot of leeway heading into next season. I don't think, like what you were complaining about, Drew, the game-by-game evaluation of Bo Nix, I think that should be non-existent next year because I think he proved himself enough and has given himself some leeway to not be evaluated game by game. Do I think that it was warranted this season? I absolutely do. Because in the first half of the season, he did not play well. And I don't care what anybody says. They're going to try to say all these things. No, objectively, watching him, he had very bad moments. In the second half of the season, he put together full games, all 4 quarters of really good football. And he took that into the playoffs in a divisional round to lead the Broncos to the AFC Championship. He was amazing. So that is what bought him leeway, is now we have more of a sample size, and he deserves a lot of credit because I think when you look at why the Broncos won that game, I think Bo Nix has to be up in center and be one of, if not the biggest reason why they won.
How was your day, bro?
My day was great. This was a great weekend, if I'm being honest with you. My Broncos won. I was the only one besides Drew to pick them.
You didn't pick us.
I picked you.
Nah.
Okay.
Trust me.
Listen.
Pause the video right now. Go listen to his rationale. He picked the Bills. He just said the Broncos.
I picked the Broncos. If Drew wants to try to discredit me because it's the me versus the world, I respect that.
No, it's not. You said nothing to
because it was a coin flip game, and it came down to a coin flip fucking game. What do you want me to say?
You gave no logic why we would win.
I mean, I said you had extra,
and it would have killed. You would have died right in front of us before saying Bo Nix would be the reason why we won.
I think nobody in their right mind would have said Bo Nix is going to outplay Josh Allen. That's why they won. If you want me to say that,
nobody said that. But did you think Bo Nix would play well against the Bills?
I thought he would play fine. Yes,
against the number 1 pass defense in the league.
Yeah, because I never bought into that being number 1 pass defense in the league. Not for a second.
They are not.
Number 1's nuts.
When have I ever came up here and been like, that Bills defense, man, watch out for them?
Well, I just know how you've spoken on Bo Nix.
Yeah, I think Bo Nix has been an average quarterback. He was going up against kind of an average defense. So I thought he would play fine.
And has he played average?
No, he played great. He was phenomenal. I think what Joel said is right.
Did he play better than every quarterback this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that includes who?
Drake, Caleb, Josh, obviously.
So 2 of 3 of your guys.
Sam.
Okay.
Sam ain't have to do much.
Sam
had like
12 for 17.
Sam had like 15
120
dropbacks.
something yards.
Got an A on the assignment.
CJ
Shout out to
Stroud,
the
of course.
Seahawks.
CJ Stroud, of course.
Another
You
quarterback.
cook with your CJ Stroud 14 take. I'll give you that.
And my number 1 Bo Nix take.
Shit, so far, yeah.
Didn't cook with Drake top 3
What?
on that list.
You're not wrong.
Didn't cook there.
Out in 4.
Didn't cook there.
I had him 4-2. I had Staffy.
But let's be clear, the best quarterback performance at the playoffs is Jordan Love.
Play one game.
Yeah, and he had 4 touchdowns, 323 yards.
Yeah.
The same
It's the
defense
Chicago
that
Bears
Stafford.
It's
defense.
Love,
Stafford has
it's
0
Bo,
touchdowns
and
against
it's Josh Allen against Jacksonville. Those are the 3 best.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll be honest, everything after the
regardless,
first
though, Bo
round
Nix
really
played
shitty.
great. What were you going to say, though?
I was going to say, I think what you said to the game-by-game quarterback is true. You know, I think you're a game-by-game quarterback till you're not. I feel like that's the case for a majority of quarterbacks. You have some outliers, obviously. I think when Drake May has as great as a year 2 that he does, he gets a lot of leeway. Jaden, his rookie year, you get a lot of leeway.
For sure.
But when Bo Nix, his rookie year, a lot similar to this year, where it's like the first half was really sketchy. The second half was pretty damn good. The playoffs wasn't great. And then you come into this year, the first half was really sketchy. I think it's fair, and you should criticize and question, is this the guy, is this not the guy? But you're game to game until you prove otherwise, right? And I think proving otherwise is doing it in late game situations, doing it against great opponents, doing it against the playoffs. And that's what Bo Nix did throughout all of the second half of the season, specifically the Packers game, and then obviously what we saw, Saturday against the Bills. Listen, I think it really does suck that Bo gets injured. Someone tweeted, like, Luka getting traded was like, what the fuck? The Bo Nix coming out like
Insane,
10 minutes
dude.
after the game, you were like, what the fuck? Because he didn't like it's one thing if he hobbles off or obviously gets carted off. It's like, okay, we know what's going to happen. But he has that play. He ends up having the pass, right, that gets the pass interference. Like, he does have a little limp when you look back at it, but no one was thinking twice about it. He does the interview, and it's like, it's fine. It sucks, obviously, because Bo Nix, we're talking about him going into playing New England, would have been favored. The way Drake May's been playing, definitely should be favored, and I probably would pick Denver to win that game. And then Super Bowl, I think whoever comes out in the NFC would be favored, but like obviously it's a fucking game, right? The Bo Nix been playing great. The defense is the defense, but this was on Bo Nix, right? Like my biggest question about Denver, obviously Bo Nix was part of it, but you had a tale of two halves where the first half, this was a lights out defense that was shutting down everybody and Bo Nix struggled. Then the second half of the year, really after the bye, it was Bo Nix and this offense is working, and this defense, you can move the ball on them. And maybe it's not fair because it's Josh Allen. Josh Allen's going to move the ball against probably everybody, right?
So did Marcus Mariota.
Say it again?
So did Marcus Mariota.
No, you're right. There have been games in quarterbacks that gone up against Denver where you're like, hold on, this doesn't feel like Denver from what we're used to. But yeah, I mean, if you like EPA per play, this is the fucking game for you because you're going to have huge swings with Josh's negative plays, but you're going to have huge swings with a lot of the Buffalo's positives play. But I mean, the Broncos were awesome. Bo Nix was awesome. You know, to do it in the circumstances too, with really no running game, the weapons that you talked about going down to injury. If Bo Nix would have had 230 yards, an interception, and a touchdown, it'd been like, yeah, it's a bad game, but like given the circumstance, like, okay, like it's still Bo Nix next year. Like we'll see what happens. But he leveled up. He stepped up to the plate, and that's what you want from your franchise quarterback. You want in situations when things aren't right, when you're in the playoffs and your receiver goes down and the running game isn't working, what the fuck can you do? Because shout out to all those quarterbacks out there, but you have a great offensive line and you have weapons and a great play call and you're playing well. I'm not that impressed. Like, a lot of guys can do that. But when you have shit going wrong, specifically in the middle of the game, shit goes wrong, and you're able to overcome that, and you're able to beat the fucking Buffalo Bills, regardless of all the other shit that's going on, that's what you want to see from your franchise quarterback. And that's what Bo Nix did. So I gave him a lot of shit for it early in the season. I think he deserved the shit at the time because he wasn't playing well, but I'm going to sit here and give him my praise because I thought Bo Nix was the best quarterback on the weekend. He went bar for bar and outperformed Josh Allen for a majority of this game. And if it wasn't for Bo Nix, if you had fucking 25 of the 30 other quarterbacks in the NFL, you'd probably lose this week. But he stepped up and he was tremendous. And yeah, I think if you're a Broncos fan, I know a lot of Broncos fans believe in Bo Nix regardless, but maybe more nationally, it's like, yeah, you're going to next year thinking differently about Bo than you did a month or two ago. A month or two ago, he's probably like, okay, he's showing some flashes, but let's see for another year. After the Packers game, after this game, you're going into next year saying like, yeah, like, why can't this guy be a borderline top 10 guy? Like there's no reason why this quarterback should limit us in any way. So step one, I think, has been completed for Bo Nix. There's no more game-to-game stuff. This is your guy. Now what can you do? You know, now you have further conversations with contracts and extensions and what happens when he's getting paid all this money. You don't have a great offensive line, and all that shit could happen at a later date. But for right now, I think you have to feel great if you're the Broncos, if you're great if you're a Bo Nix fan.
Borderline top 10 guy.
Look at us, man.
You believe that?
Look at us.
Well, I mean, right now, what's he, like a 15th? Maybe higher?
Still?
14th? Like, he's already kind of teetering-ish that.
Come on. You don't respect a man with no dignity?
We just dictate what matters and what doesn't to certain people.
I agree.
What?
And I think we've lost the plot of consistency.
I don't disagree with you, Riv.
And I think once we lose the plot of that, we lose ourselves as men.
Can you give me some examples or
No,
break it down
I'm gonna lead you to the water. And
you see if I drink?
hopefully you drink it, you understand. If you don't, you don't.
I still
Drew
feel like we're on the path.
clearly drunk the water, so he understands what I'm saying. Some people don't. It's just we lost the plot here.
Well, you know, Drew could have been blindfolded going to the river. He was going to drink the water anyway.
You're right.
I still know what you're getting at, if I'm being honest.
You know, I think sometimes we.
If I had to take an educated guess as what to Riv is trying to get across, no, it probably does have a little bit to do with CJ.
Actually, had nothing to do with
But I think what it mainly has to do with is your lack of dignity to just say, I was really dead wrong about Bo Nix.
Did I not just say that?
I was right at the time.
I was right at the time.
You want to know what I noticed?
The Eagles game, fourth quarter. The Giants game, fourth quarter.
He was dog shit for 3 quarters.
Okay, and he was really okay as hell in that third quarter. Did nothing offensively in that most fourth quarter. He had one drive in the fourth quarter where he did something.
Which game?
Bo Nix, this game.
Against the Bills.
Oh, yeah.
We got shut out until that last drive. And again, he answers. 3rd and 11. Sutton's dropping ball left and right. To still have the faith and trust in your guy to still go at him. 20-yard gain.
Yeah, I can't
There was
believe
nothing that he... That's why what Riv is trying to say is that now we're at the mercy of Bo Nix. Is that what I'm getting at, Riv?
It's a part of it.
I can't.
I want to wait and see how we talk about other quarterbacks first before I fully come to grips with what I'm saying.
I would like you to elaborate on what you're saying because maybe there's somebody that you want to mention, but you're mentioning that 3rd and 11 throw. That was a hell of a throw.
It's my second favorite play on the game. Personally.
I really can't believe that Cole Bishop bit on
crazy
the flat when there was a defender
there
covering that zone.
Do you want to know why he bit?
Because he's not good.
Because he's undisciplined. That's why.
Am I going to believe Dan Orlovsky?
Listen,
Bo
Bo
And that
Nix,
he no-looked the 3rd and 11?
Bo Nix, he did look to the flat and then hit that dig over.
Legend.
But I don't think that Cole Bishop bit on it because of the look. I think because if any, I don't want to come at Cole Bishop, but any safety that is competent and good that understands what they're seeing, they're covering a 3rd and 11. There's a player in the flat. You have a defender there in their zone. He's going to bite on that, if anything, and make the tackle. You don't need to chase it because it's not threatening to pick up a new set of downs at that point in time. But he bit on it, and then that opened up the window. But Bo Nix, he made a couple tremendous throws.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he made a couple ones. He ripped 2 digs over the middle. And, yeah, I think that more than anything, if you want to go with the eyes thing and him looking somebody off, I think more than anything, it's just the zip that he had on his passes to get to that and the velocity he had on them.
He's got a fucking missile.
Bo was awesome, man. He deserved this.
Yeah, I don't think there's...
It was awesome,
I think
Riv.
it's
I'm not
different.
going to lie to you, it was
And
peak.
Joel, you said this, I don't know, a month or two ago at this point, but... There's nothing limiting Bo. When we get into Tua debates, I think Bryce Young debates, I think there's physical limitations with those
I agree.
quarterbacks. That's why it's hard for me to see them in the conversation. Bo is big enough, he's strong enough, he's athletic enough, the arms there. There's nothing holding Bo back from being a great quarterback. It's just
This is the Daniel Jones has no flaws statement.
I mean, it's true. It's true. And most of Bo's stuff has been decision making and accuracy. It's never been a physical thing.
He barely makes mistakes.
I'm saying earlier this season, early in his first half of his first year.
The offense lacks talent.
No, you have the best offensive line in football, and you have Sean Payton.
All right, that is such a bullshit answer when you saw it on display this game. We have Sean Payton.
Yeah,
we have an amazing offensive line. Our weapons still dropped the ball.
No, for
but
sure.
who was the best still?
Bo Nix. I'm agreeing with you. I'm not sure what your argument is. I don't know what the argument is.
It's been the same all year.
No, I know. And Bo Nix has played better the second half of the year.
Listen, I think the big weakness with Bo Nix is just, I think, his skittishness in the pocket, which can still happen. He just hasn't gotten pressured. Against the Bills, he was pressured on 28% of his dropbacks. The Buffalo Bills pass rush
It
is...
didn't feel like 28%. It felt lower.
It felt like he didn't get pressured at all.
Well, I don't know. That second half, bro, they were swarming.
It was
generated.
blitzing.
It was generated.
Yeah,
obviously. Oh, what's the word? Not generated.
Simulated.
You want to know who had
Same
the
thing,
most
honestly.
pressures on the team? I think it was Matt Milano.
Oh, I thought it was Ed Oliver fell.
Ed Oliver
Russo
went
was
out
in
later
there.
in the
game.
third quarter, he got hurt.
Russo had a rep. These guys can have reps here and there, but for the most part, the pocket was very comfortable for Bo Nix all game long, which is not diminishing the performance.
Not the first
It's
half,
just
I agree.
The lack of pass rush for the Buffalo Bills to generate any pressure from their front four was laughable.
But at the end of the first half, I remember 2 specific plays. I think one was a 3rd down where Bo Nix had pressure. He stepped on the pocket, ran for a first down.
Yep.
And the touchdown then in the first half, there was a rusher coming in his face and he threw a touchdown. There were opportunities for the Bills to get pressure and to sack him.
I disagree with it just because that was the design rollout targeting the post.
Yes, but there was a defender coming.
No,
at
but
him.
he had to stay calm in that moment, and still deliver a ball.
I'm saying within the pocket.
I get what you're saying.
Like,
no, but
there's a lot
he
of
rolled
design
out,
rollouts
but the
and-
defender is coming right at him, similar to last year actually with Troy Franklin catching that touchdown on the opening drive. Defenders in his face, he stays strong, throws that ball to Troy Franklin for a touchdown. Similar, he's rolling out. He's got to make sure he gets that ball off. It's a perfect ball.
Yeah, listen, I do think that in this game, even with like the limited sample size of like pressure, I thought he was a little uneven, but he had good plays under pressure. I think it's just the Buffalo Bills' inability to make any quarterbacks comfortable or any quarterbacks uncomfortable in the pocket is what gives you that type of like belief. Because if you are a quarterback and you're constantly getting pressured, that internal clock is being sped up tenfold. Versus the Bills pass rush, they were really awful. And, you know, watching back the game, I thought a lot of the stuff outside the pocket was, I mean, not to, like I'm saying, I have to always use this caveat. It's like not to diminish him, but they were designed rollouts. Like the 3rd and 4, I think on the final drive or in one of the drives in the second half, the 3rd and 4 was a designed run where blockers were pulling, and it was like Bo Nix looked like he was going to pass it, but really it was just a designed run the entire time to pick up those 4 yards. And I think that's another thing you're able to do with Bo Nix. You're able to run the ball in that way and have a lot of creative designs.
And he's smart.
Down in distances.
He's smart. He gets down. Like his first instinct, I think there was a player too where he kind of cost himself a couple yards, but in hindsight, he was trying to protect himself. On the one play where he
tried to fight for more.
I know. Oh,
yeah, like the injury,
me,
there was no reason to try to fight for an extra yard. He was already behind the line of scrimmage. But yeah, like the touchdown pass before the first half, it was just designed rollout. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like they just completely left him wide open. Bro, like
Savage one-on-one with even little Jordan
It wasn't
Humphrey.
even one-on-one. Christian Benford, I think he had that side of the zone. Like the entire defense just didn't know where they were supposed to be on the back end. And that, I just don't understand how that happened. Obviously, they took advantage of Darnell Savage, like just being new in there. But man, oh man, it was awful. I can't wait to talk about the Bills. But yeah listen, I think Bo Nix, I think your sentiment is not wrong. I think that physically, there's not much limitations.
Yes.
I think that he does have a lot of physical
tools. I do see how that sounds like the Daniel Jones 2.0.
But that's why I cackled.
It is funny. But
I will say this, though.
Sorry, go ahead.
There is something I noticed in how you spoke about Bo Nix just now and how you spoke about Caleb Williams a couple weeks back. And the difference that I see...
Wait, what I said?
I'm glad somebody's catching on.
Should I bring that clip up?
I'm glad somebody is
expose him terribly.
Let me just finish this sentence.
Thank you, Joel.
What I see is that with Bo Nix, it's a lot of talking about the game itself.
Yeah.
And with Caleb, it was
nothing
the press
about
conference.
Football.
It was the talent, but the press conference, how
we
he
need
speaks.
to bring back bullying and shame.
Dude, no bullying would make me hate Caleb Williams. Or make me speak differently.
Again.
So I was kind of wondering when you were going to speak about Bo Nix's post-game press conferences and how he speaks at the podium.
I said in the short form, my apologies for not saying it. I said, like, when you have a quarterback in the 4th quarter that's got to drive down the field, and you got to have a guy. Bo Nix has been that guy. He doesn't have the Go Bears, though. I guess he has the Overdogs, though. I'm not as tapped in with the Broncos as the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, we know. We know. But even you not tapped in with the Bears, I'm old enough to remember at some point in this season, you coming out and saying that Bo Nix has reached the at least same level as Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
In that time, Bo Nix has played better than Caleb Williams still.
It's been more consistent.
I will give Caleb Williams the fact that he put maybe the best throw I've seen, 2 of them, back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, some nut shit.
And then he goes and just plays like Caleb Williams has all season long, and everybody wants to point the finger. DJ Moore, you didn't run your route all the way. You got lazy. When in actuality, he had all the time in the world, and it was a terrible ball.
True.
He lost him the game.
True. There's one thing you can't calculate in my rankings in my mind, and that's love, brother. I love Caleb Williams.
And why? You didn't love him to start the season. You loved him
once he got cool.
Which was when?
I mean, I think the thing was, I love Caleb Williams in college, but I thought he did get a ton of hype, and I was like, you know what? Like, this is a lot of hype for Caleb. Shout out. I'm gonna root for you from afar, but I'm not gonna have like this agenda for you, right? And then obviously towards the end of the first year, I'm like, dude, Drake May. Like, I don't think enough people talking about Drake May. I love Drake May. I love Drake May. Then this year came around, and sometimes you gotta squirm yourself in. I was like, I think there's a path for me to just love Caleb and the Bears this year. I was like, I think there's a world, because you're the Caleb guy. You hopped off. You saying all this shit about the Bears. I'm like, I think there's a world where we could fit in with Caleb Williams and the Bears. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to run with it. And I'll fucking sprinted to it. I'm not going to lie to you.
And now you look wrong as fuck still.
About what?
The Bears looked like shit.
I mean, they made the divisional round.
They made the divisional round of the playoffs.
And Caleb went 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in this amazing playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Caleb was very up and down. I didn't
Caleb's been all season.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, what you get with Caleb Williams, Caleb and Bo, I think are, and maybe you'll appreciate this, Riff, because I know you got mad at me for talking positive about Bo. I still think Bo is in the realm of like, the high end is like Dak, Jared Goff, and everything's right. But to me, Caleb Williams is special. Like, I think Caleb Williams has the upside to be a top 3 quarterback in the world. I don't think Bo Nix has that. So if you just want to say, based on this year, the numbers, what you saw consistently week to week, I think it's more than fair to put Bo Nix over him. That's fair. Number 1, I love Caleb Williams. But number 2, I just think the upside Caleb gives you is just like, to me, the projection for him to be a top 5 quarterback is way easier for Bo Nix. That's not taking anything away from Bo. Caleb was the number 1 overall pick, fucking the savior of the franchise, and Bo wasn't looked at that. But when I'm looking at these 2 quarterbacks, if you just want to say, that's why rankings are always difficult, because if it's just what you did last year, the last 2 years, yeah, Bo Nix should be above him. But what you get from Caleb and all the off structure stuff and all of the wow plays and all of the what he can be, it's hard for me to just ignore.
And then he stays in structure. And he's mid.
No, for sure. And it's like the Bears still made the division round of the playoffs with him kind of playing underwhelming.
Every single statistic, whether you look at EPA per play or passer rating or QBR or whatever it is, Bo Nix and Caleb Williams are pretty much neck and neck.
They are super close.
It is crazy.
Year.
Yeah.
And I think that the argument that you're making is Caleb Williams has like tremendous upside, and you feel like Caleb Williams has been underwhelming. He's been up and down.
Especially for the expectation. But I get more annoyed than anything because, listen, I'm not blind. I know what I'm watching when I see Caleb. He has some moments where they're genuinely some of the single greatest plays I've ever seen. But the inconsistency in his game allows me to still feel as strongly as I do, as people treat him like he is the next thing, the next best quarterback, a top 3 talent eventually one day.
It's easy.
And Bo Nix, it's easy, yes, because he has all this natural given ability. I'm fine with that.
It's not
but
only that.
People go and will poo-poo Bo Nix to no end when all he's done is produce and be clutch and consistent.
It's not even the talent that makes it easy. I think that it's easy to jump on what he's done because in the fashion of how he's done it. Caleb Williams coming into the season was not heralded in this regard. Caleb Williams in the first half of the season was not heralded in this regard. You had to talk people out of thinking the pressure to sack ratio was alarming for him in his rookie season, when you watch the tape on Caleb, it was an offensive line and play design issue. And then in 1 year of Ben Johnson, he has one of the lowest sack rates in the NFL and pressure to sack ratios. It wasn't because he got better as a player.
Mike McDaniel, Chargers OC.
Fuck.
Sorry, go on.
Fuck.
Wow, okay. Whoa.
That's big. That's big.
You just said he was bottom 10 quarterback in the league.
No, I said he's 10th. What do you mean? I said he's 10th.
Oh, my God.
But he's saved. Justin Herbert is saved, yes. Oh, my God. We got to talk about that later. But, okay. But Caleb Williams, he didn't get better in terms of his sack avoidance. It was that last year, there was nothing down the field open for him to throw to, but he still tried to keep plays alive, and that's what led to a lot of the sacks and the throwaways. This year, there's been people actually running open and knowing their assignments and knowing their spots, and it's actually a well-functioning offense. So even with the talent that they had last year, it went to waste. It's like the Philadelphia Eagles of this year where the offensive coordinator was awful, even with all this talent. The same thing happened with the Bears, and our offensive line was putrid last year. They had no run game, and the receivers, the route concepts were like laughably bad. So I think that people held on to their priors on Caleb, and now it's easier to root for him because of the success that he's had.
100%.
But I think the point is that even with all the inconsistencies that Caleb has had in his game all year long, him and Bo Nix, Bo Nix, he hasn't been perfect. He's has inconsistencies in his game too. Mm-hmm. I think towards the second half of the season, those have been cleaned up. But even with how erratic both these quarterbacks can be sometimes, we find ourselves at the end of the season and their numbers are like neck and neck with each other across various metrics.
Except completion percentage.
Caleb
And except
Williams,
the playoffs.
except completion percentage. But completion percentage, I mean, Caleb Williams, he's just in his second year. He just finished it. Heading into his third year, first thing he said was that he's gonna fix and try to work on all offseason his footwork and his accuracy. If Caleb becomes an average quarterback in terms of accuracy, he is without a doubt going to be a superstar quarterback. He just needs to be average with his accuracy. And I think that, yes, while Bo Nix has physical talent, Caleb Williams' physical talent rivals Allen and Mahomes, and he is that gifted. And that, I think, is the separator and the difference between projecting the two.
I got nothing else to say other than my quarterback advanced to the championship game in his conference.
That's a fact.
We didn't even talk about the fact that the Broncos are being given no chance to advance to the Super Bowl. Are you in agreement with that, or do you think that Jarrett Stidham can show us something?
I'll say real quick, I'm not in agreement with that, especially after how we just watched the Patriots look back-to-back weeks. Now, credit where credit is due. Chargers defense, good. Texans defense, amazing. Broncos defense, still amazing. I'm not going to change up on my belief. We had 5 turnovers in this game. Nick Bonito rose to the occasion and was amazing. And one thing about Nick, which has been consistent all season long in the last 2 years, is that he lines up against the left tackle every single time. And last week he got his against Deion Dawkins when he had 2 game-changing plays. And then this week going up against Will Campbell, it's going to be food. Nick Bonito will be the reason we move on to the Super Bowl. The defense will be one of the main reasons why we move on to the Super Bowl. I think our offense will be able to do enough. I think that obviously Milton Williams coming back, it's been super ideal for the Patriots. We knew that his impact and what it meant to the defense, obviously in the run department. J.K. Dobbins potentially coming back could be a nice boost for us in our run game. We know the difference that it's been. But also real quick, I want to give some love to R.J. Harvey and that catch that he had in overtime. I said it. What he's meant to the pass offense. And for the big play in that drive, outside of the obvious 2 pass interference, he puts his foot in the dirt, he makes 2 defenders miss, and he goes for an extra 10 yards. I think that he's awesome, man. I think RJ Harvey has a strong place in this offense. He can learn and continue to be smarter in terms of reading the field as a rusher, but as a pass catcher, he's got it already. We have a strong chance to win this game, especially because the Patriots have not looked anything like the normal team that they've looked like in the regular season. And mainly Drake May has not looked like that same level of player. I know who would have looked amazing. And that's Bo Chapman-Nix, man. It breaks my heart so badly. But you know what? It's Stiddy time. Stiffy for Diddy. I mean, Stiffy for Stiddy.
Stiffy for
wow.
Diddy.
Honest mistake.
Wow.
Stiddy, that's
Flip that.
That's a mistake. They're calling it the Stiddy party.
Stiddy party. God bless.
Yo, dude, if the Broncos defense doesn't show up in this game, it'll be really disappointing. They have not been good the second half of the season. And their only pathway, like maybe if Jarrett Stidham surprises and just like ridiculously good, then yeah, they can overcome a bad defensive performance. We're fried? If the defense does not show up at an elite level, like at a top 2, like Seattle Seahawks, Houston Texans level, they're not winning. And it's unfortunate because at one point we thought this Denver defense could be that. But, I mean, yeah, they faced Josh Allen, but, I mean, things were just, like, open, man. Like, I think Drake May can make those throws, too. And I think Drake May has a better receiving core. I think they don't have the run game, obviously, but they have a better receiving core. There's a lot of pressure on this Denver defense. They're on fraud watch like hell.
Yeah. Why are you saying that? 5 turnovers.
Dude, they averaged 2.73 points per drive, which would be a bottom 8 scoring defense unit in the NFL this past season.
The Bills were able to do whatever they wanted. It's just Josh made some boneheaded plays.
They shot themselves in the foot.
James Cook had the stupid fumble. Not stupid, but just, Denver made a play.
Nick made 2 legitimately amazing plays. Jaquan made an amazing play.
Hey, listen, you get 5 turnovers.
That PJ Lock pick was a nice pick.
Play.
That was an egregious, objective, of all the turnovers, that was a bad throw by Josh.
Yeah, it was.
Went like Josh was like perfect until the fumble at the end of the first half. Then he went turnover, perfect, turnover, perfect, turnover. It was like game.
Listen, there's no I think that, you can't knock the 5 turnovers that they had, but the Bills also were hyper efficient on third down. They also had over 400 yards of total offense. They scored 30 points, and you turned them over 5 times. You went into overtime. Like, we're talking about, I mean, we talk about Sam Darnold all the time having turnovers in these moments, right? But, like, if the Bills have 2 less turnovers or 1 less turnover, they probably win that game because the defense was that ass. And, they could not get a stop. So, the turnovers, to me, matters in somewhat, but when the Bills, they're the first team to score 30 points and punt 0 times and lose a playoff game.
Punt 0 times is mad Mickey Mouse.
Because the turnovers, I get it, but you didn't. But you also didn't make them punt.
Punt on the plays, on the drives.
I mean, I think Denver has a chance. You know, I just the way that New England has looked for the first 2 weeks, and I get it. The defense they're going up against has not been great, but I just don't think Drake May's played his best ball. Obviously, Nick Bonino, I should have a game. Will Campbell, it's Will Anderson to be fair, but he was getting destroyed by Will Anderson. Drake May, what makes him so great is in the pocket, he can be really cool and go through progressions, but that also came back to bite him multiple times when he was not going through his progressions fast enough. I also didn't think that the offense and the play calling did him any favors. It didn't feel like there was a lot of chipping or just help on Will Anderson's side. It felt like every fucking play they were getting pressure. But yeah, I mean, number one, all the pressure's on New England, right? Like, you're going to this game going up against a backup quarterback.
Yep.
We don't care that you're year 2 Drake May. We don't care that you're on the road. All the pressure's on New England to win this game. And I do think Denver's defense is going to look better. Like, shout out to Drake May, might be the MVP. Josh Allen's still on a different planet than him. Like, with all due respect to Drake May, Josh Allen just still in a tier with him and Mahomes and Lamar in terms of, like, what you're getting down to down, game to game with them. That this Patriots offense is not going to be as explosive or as successful, I think, as what we just saw from Buffalo. With that being said, you have an uphill battle because you're starting a backup quarterback who hasn't played in like what 3 seasons has it been? I know the preseason tapes going around. He looked decent, and of course he's got the play caller and the offensive line that's set up for him. But I mean, Jared Stidham, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be really difficult for them to win this game. If they do, I think it's going to come back on the defense making plays, forcing Drake May to a strip sack or an interception or a pick 6, or Marvin Mims being the all-pro returner he is. Like, you're going to have to get a couple touchdowns that probably doesn't come from the offense. It's still a game, though. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, again, you could have worse backup quarterbacks than Jared Stidham. You could go in there with fucking Zach Wilson like you had goddamn last year, and I would have been like, nope, it's over, wrap it up. But I think it could be at least a competitive game.
What do you have to say about it, Riv? You didn't really speak much throughout this entire thing. So, like, what are your thoughts?
His golden boy shit down his pants and pissed
I'll
his
be
bed.
honest. Jimmy Butler towards ACL. I've been devastated for like 24
You've had
hours.
a rough 3 days of sports, bro.
Football is whatever.
Josh
like,
Allen,
that shit right there.
Josh Allen, dog shit. CJ Stroud. I don't know how you could be worse than dog shit. It's like a giant pile of diarrhea bad.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. That was cool.
And then
when Jimmy
Butler
tore his ACL,
yeah, bro.
I looked at Steph and I said, "I'm sorry.
It's all on you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about Jimmy. The rest of them I could have been happier about. It's one of the best weekends ever.
Josh played like shit.
Should we talk about the Bills now?
I mean, we can.
I feel like we should trend that way.
They fired some. You know what's funny though? Like, this is what kills me about these conversations, and this is why this fake gimmick of him it bothers the hell out of me.
There's no gimmick when it comes to
it's a fucking
gimmick. Also, if it's a fake gimmick, does that just mean it's real?
It's a fake gimmick because it started with him.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? But this whole gimmick is funny to me. This is why I don't say anything no more. I just observe, right? So he sat here, talked about Caleb, said nothing bad. Everything was just, he's special. He's all world. Mind you, play like shit. Whatever. Cool.
Wait, which game was this?
I'm not even I don't even care. You know
after what game?
Drew, I don't even care.
The Rams game, he wasn't that good.
No. Let me.
I haven't talked about the game yet, though.
I don't know what
Maybe
game
you're
he's
talking
talking
about last
about.
week.
The
I don't
Packers
know.
game?
Packers game, he was fine in the fourth.
Yeah.
Wasn't good in the first half.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. Rams game, very up and down.
But Bo Nix does that against the Eagles. 3 quarters.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what?
Told you,
Drew,
can't calculate love.
You ain't see me type text about Caleb. I don't really care. Like, whatever. Year 2. Right?
Ice, man.
Drake May. Lord have fucking mercy. CJ Stroud was butt. That nigga was ass too, right?
He's been mad quiet.
They say nothing about the Patriots. They say shit about the Patriots.
Drake May's played his 2 worst games of the season.
You know what I'm saying? It's very quiet. Justin Herbert last week. I don't care what he does. I don't care what he does. Blind faith.
Oh, yes.
Very quiet about it. Very just
I've said nothing except Drake May's been ass, Justin Herbert was ass, and Caleb's been
very quiet, very just silent about
I'll let
things.
you get this take off, though.
Feet up, chilling, relaxing. Joel. Here comes Josh Allen. I'm on my TikTok, chilling, relaxing, enjoying my day. Play like shit, right? I see a 2-minute video of this guy dick riding Josh Allen. I'm like, yo. So I look at his account. There's no Justin Herbert video. There's no Drake May video. I'm like, yo,
first time?
What's going on here?
First time.
So now I'm observing the gimmick, and I'm like, when you brought up the whole, he didn't say anything last week. I'm like, this ain't even an analyst no more. This is not even a.
He's not.
This is just a man that comes here and purposely puts a cock in his mouth. Just dick rides Josh Allen. And it's like, yo, at some point, we got to get over the gimmick. Like, yeah, we can talk shit. But
I got a
you have
for
not.
you.
No, stop talking.
I
let you talk. I let y'all talk for 30 minutes. I let you.
The podcast was going so well until you started talking.
I gave you time to do what you needed to do as an analyst. I gave you time to do what you needed to do. I gave you time, and you proceeded to not do what you needed to do, and that was be a fair individual. So now I'm here.
How was that fair?
And now I got to do the talking.
What was that fair about?
Stop talking.
What was that fair about?
Stop talking.
You can't answer my
now
question.
Now I got to do due diligence and be understanding. Talk about the Patriots and the Bills game. Patriots and the Broncos game. Yeah. Bo Nix was special.
Maybe a Josh Allen.
Bo Nix was great. Maybe if Lamar. Oh, wait a fucking minute.
Wait, the Broncos and the Bills game, right?
Yes, talk about the Broncos and the Bills game.
They can't play because Josh Allen lost.
Bo Nix was awesome. Bo Nix was incredible. Josh Allen was able to do what he needed to do. What? Unfortunately, he had a couple bad turnovers.
What he was able to do.
Can you let him talk?
Turnover. I mean, you see how
no, it's disgusting.
He has to do that.
He does have to because he knows that he's scrambling.
We didn't already.
Scrambling.
We didn't already process, laid out, and destroyed the gimmick. The gimmick is washed.
He's used to just sitting back in this chair, relaxing, letting everybody else attack one another. No, brother, we're attacking you.
It's washed.
It's your turn.
I do think
sit in that chair and enjoy it.
I do think Jarrett Stidham can win the game though. It's gonna be hard. You know, he hasn't.
Steady, please.
You mentioned that preseason game. Was that this year or last year?
No, his first start was against the Niners. That were top of the defense. He threw for 365 yards, 3 touchdowns.
They forget, he was in a quarterback competition with Bo Nix last season to come and be our starter.
It's super tough to just come in and play well, especially an AFC Championship game. Like super tough. You have home field advantage though. That's cool. That's important. You have the fans behind you. I do think Peyton, great play caller, so that you have that behind your back.
And offensive line, yeah.
Yeah, you have offense, so you'll get protection. So the avenue is there for him to play good. It's there. It's just, will he be able to? The problem with these playoffs has been who doesn't turn the ball over the most. That's who essentially wins the game.
Nix is so good.
You know, Broncos didn't turn over the ball as much as Buffalo. They won the game. New England didn't turn over the ball as much as Houston. They won the game. It's really about who can keep the ball in their possession.
They tried.
It's really that.
I got this.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
don't worry.
And that's really how it is. So if you can do that, I think Denver can win that game. I think that's how that's the avenue. You know?
So Josh Allen
did all he could.
1 to 10.
4.
4.
He was awful.
Calm.
I don't ever lie.
No.
I'm very honest with who my brothers are.
Yeah.
He was fucking awful. I don't sit up here, put cocks in my mouth and lie.
Wow.
I will tell the truth about my brothers.
Nah.
Lamar was playing like shit for a month. You didn't hear him speak about it all year. You just
do we really
sitting there
care
with his
about
glasses
how
on?
Lamar and Josh playing the regular season, if I'm being honest? Like,
good point.
Do we ever care?
You do.
You do.
Really.
You do.
You have to. You know what?
Do we ever come up here after a regular season game and like Josh Allen played like shit against the Eagles? Did anyone come up here and be like, "Yo, Josh Allen was dog shit"? No.
He kind of clutched in the fourth.
He did, but then he missed the fucking wide open.
He missed
throw.
it. Yeah.
There was a linebacker in front of him.
You screamed and hollered about the Steelers game.
What Steelers game?
Literally the last game of the season.
Lamar saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
you screamed and
hollered
about it.
Fourth quarter was special. What do you want me to say?
You screamed and hollered about it.
Game.
No,
it was basically a playoff game.
Everything for them was a playoff game at that point.
Fuck.
I mean, week 18 was a winning
game.
Week
17, week 16, week 15. They needed every single game.
And Lamar actually didn't play.
If the Steelers would have won week 17, it wouldn't have been a game. But week 8, they lost to the Browns in week 17.
They needed every game after that. Every game like that was a playoff
But
game.
week 18 was like the literal win and get in. I don't know how that's so difficult to comprehend.
No, I know, but also week 7, if they didn't win week 17, 16, whatever it was before that, they wouldn't have had that position.
But week 18 was the win and get in. It was a playoff.
No, for sure. But playoff mode starts for the Texans. It was playoff mode for the last 8 weeks.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but we're not saying every game that CJ Stroud played up in that point.
No, we're not even talking about CJ Stroud.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say. He's one of the worst quarterbacks.
I will say Josh Allen, 4 out of 10. I disagree.
Would you give him a 6? He was a 4.
Probably close to a 6, 6.5. I say that because, as stupid as this sounds, Joel is right. Not. He didn't sound stupid, but as stupid as it will end up sounding. 5 turnovers, 4 were he was responsible of. I think 1 legitimately was 2 bad turnovers.
There's too many throws.
Well,
bro.
it depends. It depends who you ask.
I think the PJ
Well, of
Lock.
course,
If I
it
ask you,
depends who
you're
you
saying
ask.
all of them suck.
Well, Joel told me if the ball tipped the line of scrimmage, it's the quarterback's fault. So a 50-50 ball is Josh's
No,
fault.
it's not, because there's a difference, and I think people are so stupid when they mention that. Because if I'm a quarterback, if I'm a quarterback, Drew, and you are coming in my fucking face,
Oh my
pause.
Hey, I said Stiffy for Diddy, bro. So anything after this is okay.
But if I'm a quarterback and you are barreling down my face,
I'm beating you up.
and I throw the ball to you directly, and it gets tipped up and intercepted. Is it unlucky that it got intercepted? Yes. But I threw directly at a defender that caused that situation to happen in the first place.
So not all tips are created equal.
Not all tips, and I think even batted balls at the line of scrimmage is a quarterback stat. Quarterbacks that don't find the right throwing windows to get the ball over the line of scrimmage, some quarterbacks struggle with it more than others.
But wouldn't you say that that's a good play by the defender? Like,
it is a good play by the defender.
things-
There's
but I'm
not gonna blame-
There's no
but-
doubt about it.
I mostly
Like that interception was a good play by Phil Locke, but also a terrible
PJ,
throw by Josh.
But if I'm,
PJ,
but if I'm
things
winning,
are true.
I think it was a worse throw by. I think of all the turnovers,
Well, Locke had to
outside of the fumble.
He had to run across to get that.
Listen,
shit.
if
You know
I'm-
what I'm
that was a
saying?
bad ball.
That's why I think
Locke-
two things can be
the
true.
PJ Locke interception was awful. If I had to evaluate Lamar Jackson throwing into Cam Hayward's face and then the ball being tipped in the air versus Josh Allen throwing the ball 40 yards down the field, Brandon Cooks
That was an underthrow.
having the no, it was an underthrow. I'm not saying it wasn't, but Brandon.
Was it?
Yes.
No, it was. It
was an
100%
underthrow.
was.
Under?
It would
If Brandon
100%.
Cooks has to catch the shit like this, it's an underthrow.
No, he didn't have
That's
to
why I give him
catch
a
it.
4.
He didn't have to catch it like this.
Yes, he
he
did.
just slowed down for the ball and caught it like this.
No, he
That's
had
what
to
happened.
literally jump and catch this shit.
But
Like, he's 5'9".
It's
Quan McMillan.
But it's-
I've been telling you motherfuckers for
But
years.
see, if you throw it correctly, that's a touchdown by
But here's
Cooks.
the thing. Listen, I agree with that to an extent. Still, Brandon Cooks had the ball in his possession going to the ground. He was on the ground with the ball in his arms, and then 0.5 seconds later,
me
got
that
it
shit.
ripped away from him.
Interception.
Hey, listen, Josh Allen wasn't perfect on that throw, but he still gave his receiver a chance to make the throw.
It's a 5'9" jump ball guy.
He made the catch. That was a similar catch to what Brandon Cooks made against the Eagles, if you remember, in the fourth quarter. Cooks made a contested catch like that. So it's not like he can't make it. So yes, one is objectively more on the quarterback to blame than the 40-yard heave down the field in which the corner had no chance of intercepting the ball unless Cooks obviously got it ripped away from him. But in terms of the ball is in the air, Jaquan McMillan had no chance to intercept that ball in the air.
I just think
He had no chance.
Look, I love him to death. Everybody knows that. I think you're giving him too much leeway.
No, I'm not giving him too much leeway. And I think that quarterback discourse is cooked regardless. I think everybody picks a side, no pun intended, and they stick to a narrative because all of last year, Lamar Jackson in the playoffs played well against Buffalo. Mark Andrews fumbled that cost him a drive, and then he dropped the ball in
Don't
a
forget the
2-point
Lamar
conversion.
interception.
What I heard all year long is that after that playoffs happened, Lamar Jackson made up for his turnovers after he had 2 in the first half. He made up for his turnovers in the second half and gave the Ravens a chance to tie the
an
game.
idiot told you that,
But
right?
but Josh Allen has 3 turnovers, and in the fourth quarter he gives the Bills a 27-23 lead with 4 minutes left. Did he not make up for his turnovers at that point? People said Lamar Jackson made up for his turnovers in the second half with his play. No. Lamar Jackson gives the Bills the lead. Josh Allen gives the Bills the lead over the Broncos. Did you know that Lamar Jackson has never given the Ravens a fourth quarter lead in the playoffs?
Of course we know that.
Josh Allen gave his
Drew, are
team
you
the
fucking
lead,
shocked?
and his
The
defense
fuck,
did
right?
not
Stop
get a
talking about.
stop.
Let's talk about real good players.
No,
Let's-
but I will
what are we
say
doing?
Josh Allen, like Joel is saying, gave his team a lead. His team then lost that lead, and then he did tie the game. Now, if your argument's going to be, well, he missed Dawson Knox for a walk-off touchdown, hey,
My argument is
I'm not going to say you're wrong.
My argument is if he doesn't turn the ball over, it's Bell. With all due respect,
Yeah.
it's Bell.
100%.
It's Bell.
I'm not-
Okay, no, it's Bell, but then, but if Bo Nix's receivers don't drop the ball, it's Bell. If Lil Jordan Humphrey catches that ball in the end zone, if Cortland Sutton doesn't drop the ball,
we could do that.
if he go for it on fourth
But
down,
you see how you're saying it's receivers, and I'm saying it's the guy we're talking about. That's the difference.
Here's where I'm going with this, and the fact that Lamar Jackson fans want less accountability on Lamar Jackson in moments, and
it's Dan Orlovsky's fault.
His turnovers in moments, they want those to be overshadowed, because if you're an objective watcher, last year, the Buffalo game, specifically talking about the Buffalo game, he played amazing. And Lamar Jackson,
100%.
Lamar Jackson against Buffalo last playoffs, he played amazing. Ravens fans want you to ignore the 11 turnovers to 13 touchdowns in the postseason altogether, right? But then Josh Allen,
bad.
But then Josh Allen, they want to hold to the highest point of criticism. And at this point, it's become just basically trying to one up each other's
dog shit
ironic and hypocrisy logic. That's what it's come down to.
Okay.
And my final conclusion is in what I come to, because I'm not saying Josh Allen was amazing. I thought Josh Allen cost his team with his turnovers. I thought Josh Allen was the biggest to blame for the Bills' loss.
Wow.
He was the biggest to blame.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that, I mean, if you love EPA per play, he had the second best EPA player on the weekend.
Because of his rushing.
And the touchdowns. He had three. Did
because
he not have
of the
three
rushing.
touchdowns?
Bo Nix as a passer had a higher EPA than Josh.
The offense was awesome when they weren't turning the ball over.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But Josh Allen, I thought he was the biggest person to blame, because if you don't turn the ball over that many times, the Buffalo Bills most likely win the football game. That is too many turnovers. You can also point out the fact that to this point, Josh Allen has never played this bad in the postseason. So I don't know why we are using this game as a career-defining moment in which he is just this ultimate choker, when in previous moments, it has been his team letting him down.
It
has been Sean McDermott's defense not getting off the field with 13 seconds. It has been in 2023 in the AFC Championship game, or I should say the divisional round. In the divisional round, it was Tyler Bass missed a field goal to tie the game 24-27.
Stephon Diggs dropped a big touchdown. Don't forget that play.
One of the best passes that was never completed.
It hasn't been Josh Allen, the number one person to blame in the playoffs for the reason why they lost, but people are using it. And I think the logic is just so dumb when everybody is trying to say Josh Allen needs to be held accountable, because every single other quarterback that has bad moments like this in the playoffs are held accountable except for Josh Allen. Am I living under a rock? All I see is people slandering Josh Allen. All I see is on ESPN on First Take, Cam Newton saying this is a Josh Allen problem and he's getting people fired, but he's making excuses for CJ Stroud having 10 turnover-worthy plays in the postseason and saying he's a young quarterback and you got to give him time.
It's obviously
So that obviously Josh Allen is catching a lot of flack and blame, unless you're living under a rock. It is a certified banger right now on social media to just shit on Josh Allen and say he's the worst choker and playoff performer ever. That it is certified. But the conclusion that I've come to come full circle, is that at this point, fans and fandoms are just arguing over who the biggest fucking loser is. If Josh Allen is a choker and a playoff loser, then so is Lamar Jackson. They are one and the same. If you can argue all day long about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, they're both losers. They're both chokers. Then what? Are you just arguing to argue? Just because Josh Allen is a choker doesn't make Lamar Jackson a winner. He hasn't won shit either. The only person that can stand on top of the mantle and say, I did this shit, was Patrick Mahomes. That's the only person. Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts. Outside of that, I guess the entire NFL is a playoff choker and a fucking loser.
What about Bo Nix? We got him to the list?
We got to win a ring for him to fit this bill.
But hey, technically speaking, the last game of his season, he won.
Hey, you don't have no comments? Your video made it.
I have plenty of comments. He's been talking for 10 minutes.
The reason that
he cooked though.
I'm just getting
video completely combats what he's saying.
I'm just getting pissed off at the fact that because when I'm
before or after reported,
definitely after.
I'm getting pissed off the fact that and this is why I need to take a break from social media. I need a post and ghost.
I'm fucking crying.
People on social media are just stupid, honestly. But
you're new to the internet?
No, I'm not new to the internet. But people on the internet and social media is just really dumb because everything is so argumentative, especially Twitter.
Of course.
But I make
Ironically,
a post about Josh Allen. He had 4 turnovers in the game. They had 5 turnovers. One of them was James Cook, who all week long people said that he's the fucking real star of the offense, and he fucking fumbled in a big moment. He was a
star this past weekend.
He was good. You know, Josh Allen was obviously more important to the offense.
Of course.
But Josh Allen has 4 turnovers. Watching the film back, the first turnover,
horrendous.
The fumble before the half. That's all on Josh Allen.
100%.
I ain't saying an offensive lineman like Dan Orlovsky said should pick it up. No. Josh Allen, why are you doing that? That is stupid.
Dan Orlovsky said that?
He did say that.
He became
it is stupid.
Jesus, that's a bad statement.
He fucking loves Josh.
His second turnover,
probably May.
Yeah.
Khalil Shakir
Bo Nix, okay,
is blocking Nick Bonito, and Nick Bonito gets to the backfield in 0.5 seconds. They were supposed to chip Nick Bonito, Deion Dawkins, and Shakir, and Nick Bonito just makes a play. Josh Allen's going to throw the ball, and the ball gets stripped out of his hands. If you want to say he should sense pressure better, then okay. But at that point, he's in the pocket, trusting his offensive line that everybody says is so elite, and they were the reason why he had a fumble. If you want to say that's his turnover, fine, whatever. But really, in my mind, I don't view it that way. The interception of PJ Locke, 100% on him. That is his fault only.
Easy.
In overtime, the interception, if you want to say that, oh, it's his fault, it got intercepted because he underthrew it, the defender didn't have a chance to make a play on the ball in the air. Brandon Cooks, they have still shots. He's on the ground with his knee with the ball in his fucking hands. How was that interception on Josh Allen? And I'm not saying that he shouldn't have played better, because in watching back the film, the Dawson Knox miss is brutal.
It's a walk-off touchdown.
The McCole Hardman miss in overtime is brutal.
Is that a miss, or can McCole catch the ball?
It is a miss.
But
McCole Hardman.
You can make it easier.
You know
what? Let me also say that because I'm on the side that Kincaid last year, hard catch, so fine.
It is.
And the screen pass to Shakir at the end of the game.
And that's the thing. I want to get to that too. But the McCole Hardman miss, he runs an out route, and Josh Allen wants to flatten him out. But, bro, there was so much space between the corner and the safety. Josh Allen needs to put more mustard on it and put it on his chest. Instead, McCole has to make a diving kind of to the ground catch, which is hard. He almost made it, but he didn't. That cost the Bills. If the Bills make that play, I think they go and walk off and win the game. Then the Brandon Cooks one. Yeah, if Brandon Cooks makes that catch, the Bills probably win. But ultimately, Brandon Cooks had a step, and Josh Allen could have led him up the field or to the sideline, and it was slightly underthrown. And that is on Josh Allen to make a better play. I'm expecting Josh Allen to come through in these big moments, and too far often in his career, he has not done so. That doesn't mean he's a choker. He's a loser. The same way I don't view Lamar Jackson that way. I view Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen both as all-time quarterbacks that are still trying to find a way to get over the hump. And they've had both different circumstances. But with Josh Allen, there was a lot of misses that he had that were brutal, that he's watching back the film, wanting back, and obviously all those turnovers accumulated and piled up. But people seem to exonerate the defense. I know they're not the biggest reason why they lost.
What they are at this point, man.
But Josh Allen, even with the shit game that he had 348 yards and 3 total touchdowns. He was one of the most efficient quarterbacks on the week. With his terrible performance, he gave the team the lead entering the fourth quarter, 24-23. The Bills got to stop. Then
7-minute drive.
Then, yes, he milked the clock 7 minutes. And people will look at the Shakir screen. It got dirted. Shakir picked it up. The defense stopped playing, and then he ran into the end zone.
I'm not saying it would have been a touchdown, but at least you would have had a chance at something.
It was like 3rd and 8. It was a 3rd down play. So they were going to get off the field.
Yeah, I mean, he threw it at his feet. Yeah.
But he threw it at his feet. He threw it at his feet because Jonathan Cooper read the screen out. He was right there in the vicinity. Josh Allen looked at him, hesitated, and then just dirted it because Jonathan Cooper was in the throwing line.
Dirted, but it could have very easily been a completion.
Yes, it could have been a completion, but it wasn't going to be a touchdown. People assume
probably not.
The defense stopped playing once it was dirty. 100%. They stopped even trying to chase Shakir. It was going to be a 4th down anyway. Then you have the lead 27-23 with 4 minutes left. At that point, it is a team sport. I saw Jalen Hurts go 3 and out, and then his defense stopped Matthew Stafford from scoring.
What you're asking right now is unfair because the defense had been unable to stop the Broncos offense the entire first half.
The third quarter, they stopped them multiple times.
And exactly why I say that. In the entire second half, We were boxed.
I'm not being unfair because just like the Bills defense in the first half, they were awful. In the third quarter, they played better. In the fourth quarter, they had to stop to begin the fourth quarter. But when it mattered most and they needed to get a drive to stop them, they didn't.
They gagged.
And they had a 3rd and 11. I mean, if you're telling me you have Bo Nix 3rd and 11 at Broncos offense, 3rd and 11, and you have to get 2 stops, I'm thinking at the very least, you're not going to let them convert this 3rd and 11. That's what I'm thinking. And they led up multiple 3rd down conversions on that drive. Bo Nix and the Broncos offense scored with 55 seconds left on the clock, up 3 points, and Josh Allen was able to get them into field goal position to kick the field goal. Shout out to Matt Prater. He missed the throw to Dawson Knox, and I'm not saying that he didn't. Like, yes, he had his fair share of bad moments. He also had his fair share of good moments. And the reason why you were able to come back in the first place is because of how great Josh Allen played in moments. It wasn't a complete disaster of a game, and even still, he gave the team a lead with 4 minutes left. You get 1 stop, the Bills are victorious, and that's why I think most of these talking points in regards to win and losses are process oriented.
Saved your legacy.
I love him.
He saved your fucking legacy.
Most of these wins and losses.
As much as he killed your legacy, he also fucking blessed you.
I was ecstatic.
I wish you guys could have watched this game with me. Shout out to Tyler. Saw me go through every single human. I couldn't. You're right. In hindsight, I wasn't gonna have to. I needed to watch this alone.
But the narratives around players are often result instead of process oriented. And here goes again with the if,
man.
The Bills defense.
You have no leg to stand on.
I know, it's great.
If the Bills defense, they get a stop, and the Bills win that game, we are talking about Josh Allen's turnovers, but we are also talking about all the great moments that he had in that game too, that led up to them being able to win the football game.
That's been this whole playoffs.
Because the prime example is Drake May.
Exactly.
Drake May's defense has did the heavy lifting for them. Because the result has been a win, Drake May has not caught any backlash.
Correct. Caleb Williams against the Packers.
Exactly.
If the result was not, and that's what pisses me off about these narratives, is because it's result oriented and not process oriented. There is no context given to anybody, and this is not me exonerating in any way, shape, or form Josh Allen's performance. I think Josh Allen, if he has a B game, I think Josh Allen played a C game. If he has a B game,
I'll give him a D.
They win. Even worse, he played a D, whatever. Yeah. If he has a B game, they win. If he has 2 less turnovers, they win. If he doesn't fumble before the first half, the probability of them winning maybe jumps up a little bit more. I thought that he put the team in a bind with his turnovers, but as I mentioned earlier,
kept him in it.
Of the 3 turnovers that he had, it resulted in 3 points. It resulted in 6 points for the Broncos offense.
Oh, he had 4 turnovers.
He did have 4.
Oh.
The last one I don't count as a turnover.
Which one?
The fourth turnover, the interception in overtime.
Why doesn't that count?
Because I don't think that's a turnover-worthy play by Josh Allen.
No, but I mean it counts towards him. That's like not counting the PJ Locke.
No, the PJ Locke was a bad play,
but it didn't lead to points.
No, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not going to count the play of the game, you could argue.
No, I'm saying obviously it counts as a turnover. It's a turnover. There's no doubt. It is a ball in which the possession was flipped. I'm just saying I don't look at that and say that's a mental error from Josh Allen or that's a bad play.
I think it's a bad play because your defense did what you asked it to do. You said, "Get me a stop." We go 3 and out because Cortland Sutton can't catch the fucking ball. And then Josh has an opportunity to win the game.
Well, it's a bad drive from the office, but I don't think the throw is a bad play. No, I don't. I think Brandon Cooks had it going to the ground. He had possession. He just lost it.
It was a great play by the defender.
It was like nobody's disregarding Jaquan McMillan's role in the play. I'm not saying you are. I'm singling out Josh Allen's role in that play and if it was turnover worthy or not. If I look at that turnover and I'm like, man, that's an awful interception from Josh Allen in that moment. No, I don't look at it in that same way. The 3 turnovers that he had in regulation, they resulted to 6 points for the Broncos. The 1 turnover James Cook had resulted into 7 for the Broncos. The James Cook turnover, I'm not saying that he's like more of a culprit than Josh Allen, but I'm saying that Josh Allen, with his turnovers, 6 points from the Broncos in regulation.
How
versus,
about 9? Technically 9.
Are you talking about like point swings and field position?
No, the field goal at the end, 3 points. The field goal after the fumble at the half, that's 3 points, that's 6. Technically 9. The interception in OT.
No, I'm saying in regulation.
I understand, but all of his turnovers did lead to 9 points.
Yes, overall. James Cook's, his 1 turnover led to 7.
A touchdown.
But I'm saying,
what's the point of that?
The point of that is that even with the turnovers, the James Cook one I thought was the biggest momentum shift in the game, but the turnovers even accounting for that, Josh Allen made a lot of remarkable plays too. He didn't have a good group of receivers going up against a really good defense, and he put up over 300 yards on them. And they averaged 2.73 points per drive. They had one of the most efficient offensive performances in the playoffs.
I can't call that efficient, man.
It was efficient though.
I get it. The 5 turnovers makes it hard for somebody to say efficient.
When you don't hit 5 people.
But you're telling me, Dels, you were the same person that was screaming every time we talk about Lamar Jackson.
You can't ask Mr. Inconsistent to be consistent.
Once he had
really
his
impossible.
second half performance, it negated the first half turnovers. He did his job.
I haven't talked at all about Josh Allen.
No, but I'm saying, but you were the person that said that about Lamar Jackson. Once he did what he did in the second half,
did all he could.
Okay, he did all he could.
Did all he could.
And I'm not saying Josh Allen did all he could, but I'm saying that once he put the Bills in position to win the game with 4 minutes left, and they had a 27-23 lead, the result of that then becomes narrative driven based on who wins and loses. Because if they win, we don't have this level of animosity ever towards like this performance, and it becomes so much more magnified. And I understand, and that's what I love and hate about playoff football. I love playoff football because it's the best level of football. I hate it because it's single game processes, and oftentimes they are very unfair. And
Joel, you can't say this like you haven't been a part of that problem in the past too.
With who?
Just in general, bro. Like, I'm just going to go on a limb and say that you've used the playoff narrative to go ahead and speak a part in your debates. Like, I'm just going to go off on a limb and say that.
On who?
I'm just speaking generally.
Definitely
if you want me to sit and think, yeah, without a doubt in the past,
but
Lamar.
Here, Lamar Jackson, he's an all-time quarterback, the same as Allen. But Allen is most definitely a better playoff performer than Josh. Josh Allen is most definitely a better playoff performer than Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. Just base level, looking at all their games and what they've done since 2020. Josh Allen averages 1.2 turnover-worthy plays per game in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson averages 1.4. They are both turnover-prone in the postseason.
I'm not telling you to compare them. I'm just saying in the past, which, hey, W on you for growth. I'm fine with this. But this has been a near 30-minute monologue on how you hate people that do this.
No, I think the irony in it all is pretty fascinating to me because the arguments are the same side of the same coin, but fighting for different sides.
I agree with that. Sure. Which you said a lot right.
Because Lamar Jackson, all the Ravens fans that hate what people do to Lamar Jackson, they are doing what they hate to Josh Allen because they feel it's done more to Lamar Jackson and it's not done to Josh Allen. So then they do that to pile on Josh Allen. And then obviously Bills fans get annoyed at that, or whoever likes Josh Allen. And then they do the same thing to Lamar. And it's just something that perpetuates.
Listen, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You could sit here. I could shit on Josh Allen all day. Rick could shit on Lamar Jackson all day. At the end of the day, neither of them have done shit. Josh Allen's had better numbers in the postseason. It hasn't amounted to anything. Like, I don't think they're going to put a fucking plaque in Canton saying that through 2020 to 2025, you had the best touchdown interception ratio. I just don't think it doesn't matter.
And that's why I think
but they're both locked to Hall of Fame no matter what happens.
And that's why ultimately,
I think both of them have
I think that, what I said
valid.
is at the conclusion, like, what is really being argued when it comes to these arguments?
It's 2 fans and 2 fan bases who feel very passionate about their quarterbacks and think that, especially in the Ravens case, that their quarterback gets mistreated or disrespected or slighted when Josh Allen, who has his worst game, is saying a lot. And I don't think you're wrong, Joel. I haven't said anything about Josh Allen yet. I think Josh Allen, you had him at 4 or 5. I think that's fine. He had, again, when they weren't turning the ball over, and I know Ravens fans get pissed, they were excellent. They were scoring on every single drive. he was probably like a 4.5, like a
You said it was the
4.5,
worst
5.
game you've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get shit off. Listen,
okay.
first of all, the reason why I'm doing all this about Josh Allen is this guy. If a man looks you in the eyes and says, I don't want to see you happy and I hate everything you like, what do you want me to do, River Brown? That's a good point. What do you want me to do?
Don't do that.
But
Me and Delk have our
obviously,
beef. I've never looked him in his eyes
I
and
said,
said,
"Don't want you to be
I
happy."
want everything in your life to
Exactly.
be
So, I
miserable.
mean,
That's
like-
mainly Jet stuff.
I mean, no. Shut the fuck up.
You made up the Lamar stuff. I don't talk about Lamar. I really don't. I could care less about
Either way, like, yeah, I think Josh Allen played the worst game of his playoff career. But to be fair, he's had all-time great playoff games. But
out.
you had the huge swings in these games where like Josh Allen was a reason why they would have won the game, and Josh Allen is a big reason why they lost the game.
Precisely.
Like, you get these swings like he's an awesome all-time quarterback. So it's gonna be very rare for him to have a game where it's like Josh Allen did nothing. Like they put up 3 points and he put up 120 yards and that was it. Like Josh Allen just more often than not is not gonna have those games, but he did enough for them to win the game. And I also thought the defense bailed them out in situations like, yes, they gave the 27-23 lead. Yeah, but you just told me 3 out of the 5 turnovers were led to 9 points. And the only touchdown was the James Cook one. Like there was moments in this game where the defense stepped up and allowed them to be in this game. I know the final score is 33-30. And it's like, okay, let up
Bo Nix
33 points.
receivers also sold
Bo
him
Nix
a
sold them
few
for sure. But
times.
it's like, if you're a defense, which I know number 1 yards, whatever, but like you're a defense that your offense gave up 5 turnovers multiple times in your own territory. Like, what do you expect? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you expecting to put up 14 points all game, especially the way the Broncos offense is playing the second half of the season?
all things considered.
The Bills defense did their job. I think
Yes.
all of this could be said. The turnovers, the big plays, the whatever. To me, it really comes down to 2 plays, or I guess a play and a drive. It's the Dawson Knox missed throw, which it was a tough throw. It would have been a tight window. Josh Allen can
He's
make that
Josh
throw.
Allen.
He's fucking
I'm
Josh Allen.
fine
You
with
make
holding
that
that
throw.
standard.
And then overtime, like you get in field goal range, you win the game, and you weren't able to do it, and you had to punt, get the ball back to Bo Nix. The rest is history, right? So like those are the 2 moments where I think you could put everything to the side and put that on Josh and be like, listen, man, like we need you there. Like we need you to pick up at least a few first downs and put them in bad field positioning in overtime. We need you to hit Dawson Knox, and he's hit that more often than not throughout his career.
I spoke a lot about the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. We're gonna move on.
You
to the,
did talk a lot.
Talked so much.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna
I didn't
move
even get to
on.
hate enough.
You wanted to hate more.
Nah, I'm good.
The Seattle Seahawks. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about a team remaining in the playoffs, because right now the Seattle Seahawks are favored on Polymarket by the public with a 39% chance to win the Super Bowl. Now, it seems like there's still like creeping doubt on Seattle as a team. I think the performance they put forth against San Francisco was the biggest butt kicking that we've seen this postseason, without a shadow of a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And it showcased a lot of great things. I think their special teams, their defense, their run game. I thought Sam had an efficient day. This is the best team left in the playoffs. And I think that if they don't win it all, it will be disappointing, because it is the most complete team. They have by far and away the best defense left.
He's got to hit on one, bro.
There is no
the most complete team like 3 times.
He's got to hit on one, bro.
There is no
Jacksonville
defense.
was the most complete
Trust me,
team
just
too.
let
No,
him keep
I didn't
going.
think Jacksonville was more complete than Seattle.
In the AFC, he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
That's
letting
crazy.
him- I'm letting him
Seattle
go.
was my Super Bowl pick.
I don't remember what your Super Bowl pick
It was
to
Green
be honest.
Bay.
No, hell
Then
no,
they
it wasn't Green
lost.
Bay. After Michael went down, it was not Green Bay.
I don't know. You switch up every week. I don't
know.
know.
Green Bay was
I don't
definitely
know.
were riding
no.
Green Bay, even
Seahawks
though
have been
facts.
stamped my Super Bowl pick
For how long?
from the beginning of the playoffs.
Oh,
Before any game was played.
okay.
But the Seattle Seahawks, they have by far and away the best defense left. There's not a defense close to their defense, like at all.
Now that the Texans are gonna agree.
Their run game
They don't have the
has
best
been
offense.
efficient. No, they don't have the best offense. I think that the Rams offense is better, and the Patriots offense, maybe.
And the Broncos when Bo Nix was playing.
Yeah, but he's not no more.
Miss you, sweet
So
prince.
I think the Seahawks have the best defense remaining.
So they had the worst when Bo Nix was
I think they have the second best offense remaining. Sam Darnold, JSN, they have a good run game. But I really think what swings things for them
I don't know about the run game.
has
still.
been how amazing Rashid Shaheed has been. He has really opened up their ability to run the football
Shout to
once he
him.
was acquired. But his special teams plays have swung games, like against the Rams early in the late in the
True.
season, to have the advantage to get the number 1 seed in the playoffs. First play of the game, he houses
tough,
it.
yeah.
Like Rashid Shaheed has made their return game dangerous, and he's opened up the run game exponentially. I think Seattle's a team. If you want to say that they're not going to do it because you think Sam Darnold's going to choke, what you're signaling to me is that you think Seattle's the best team too. But you are just hoping and banking on a Sam Darnold choke job that will hold them back.
He's right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's crazy.
But if somebody says to you, Sam Darnold is going to play good, I don't need elite, I don't need great, this team is winning it all.
I agree. I think the biggest difference to me for this matchup compared to the Niners is that throughout his career, and specifically this year, McDonald's been able to shut down Shanahan. I mean, they were able to do nothing, specifically the last game, whatever it was, week 17, when they played the 49ers. They were able to shut down this offense. Hasn't been able to do the same thing against Sean McVay, right? We saw late in the season this year, the Rams Seahawks, one of the games of the year, put up nearly 600 yards and 38 points. The Rams were able to do really whatever they wanted against the Seattle defense. So that's why this matchup's different. And I felt very confident going up against the 49ers, just the injuries that they were having, the level of defense Seattle had been playing at. I thought it was just a really tough matchup for the Niners and all their injuries to overcome. This one's closer to me. I still think that. Are we doing our predictions here? What are we doing? Are we just talking about?
Next episode is the predictions.
Okay. Let me not get ahead of myself.
There's probably a preview.
No, this is just a Seattle
game. Yeah, no, I mean Seattle was awesome. What they've shown all regular season long showed up on Sunday or Saturday when they beat the 49ers. It's one of the best defenses, in the last few years. I think Philly's up there. We talked about Denver a bit. Houston this year, but this is a defense that just causes havoc 24/7, gets turnovers, gets pressure, gets sacks. Special teams, like you mentioned, Joel, is fantastic. It's really just the offense that I think people are still skeptical about, and I think it's fine to be skeptical about it. Even you just mentioned that, like, Kenneth Walker had a great game, but I still don't know if I trust the run game. And Charbonnet, unfortunately, is going to be out for the year now with the torn ACL. He was, he'd been a really important
he was good,
piece.
man.
Yeah, like good in the red zone, especially. Sure. He has moments where he looked explosive, so that's a big hit. And people are going to have natural reservations about Sam Darnold for what we saw last year, right? Regardless of his different situation, it's a different team, it's a different year. But we saw in the biggest moments last season, in a similar situation where, he had a great defense and we love the coaching and we love some of the weapons, and he fell apart in the last couple of games. So I think it's fine to have your reservations about Sam. But I do think the Seahawks team is just better than Minnesota, right? Like, as great as Minnesota's team was, I do think I think Sam is
it's close.
I think the defense is better.
Awesome.
It was. I think their defense is better. Offensively, you'll take Jet over JSN.
Yeah.
The run game I think is comparable. I think you're just really hoping Sam Darnold can learn from those mistakes.
Agreed.
Right? And at a minimum, what he had shown this year is when he does have an interception, don't let it unravel you, right?
Yeah.
Like, have an interception, it's fine. Have a second one, it's fine. Once you get to 3-4 turnovers, that's when we see the worst version of Sam and the worst version of the Seattle Seahawks. But what he showed against San Francisco, it wasn't anything. Like, he dropped back 20 times. He was 12 for 17. Like, it was over basically halfway through the second quarter. So Sam, there was no pressure on him to perform. There was no pressure on him to throw the football. So this game to me is kind of just like a wash. I'm not taking anything from this game and saying, Sam's fixed, he's back, he's great. Because this Rams game is going to be a different beast, right? This is a team that's going to be able to move the ball. They're going to be able to score points. And you're going to have to go out there and match them. He showed, earlier this season, he's able to do that. But now he's got to do it on the biggest stage, because I do think it's a disappointment if they lose. They're favored. Paulie has them favored. The market has them favored. And I think they should be. They're at home. They're the 1 seed. Best defense in football, at least best defense remaining. The coaching is up there with everyone in the league. Go and do it now. Like, this is your time. It's been remarkable how quick they've been able to rebuild and kind of reshape this whole team and organization, from Pete Carroll to McDonald, from Geno to Sam Darnold. You look up and this team is in the fucking conference championship game, and it makes me fucking sick to my stomach.
Sick to your stomach, huh?
Darnold, man.
I don't have anything.
It's on the Jets to make the playoffs one time. Yeah. You don't got to make the championship game.
God. Oh, whatever.
I mean, that's why I'm high on the Robert Saleh hiring, because everybody's better off without the Jets.
I couldn't agree
Sam
more.
Darnold, Todd Bowles, Robert Saleh.
Right.
What about Zach Wilson?
Huh?
Yo.
Getting consistent jobs.
What is there to say?
I don't know. Y'all took the 49ers, so
no,
I took them.
And here I'm willing to come up here and give credit where it's due. 100%. Shout out to Seattle.
Insane pick, by the way.
No, him, I expect. He's an idiot. You, come on.
I beat you in pick'em.
I don't have 2 chips.
Fair.
The way that game went, Darnold could have had 8 turnovers. They would have won.
Now I will say this was the only
I was
game.
shocked by you picking them.
It was the only game I got wrong this weekend. It was the worst one, to be fair, to be wrong on.
Yeah,
but
I picked Brock Purdy.
I thought this game would be a 1-score game, not a 40-point smoking. Yeah. So I will take my L gracefully. I will give credit where it's due. Seattle's been who they've been defensively all season long. The injuries finally caught up to San Fran. I was expecting more of a Week 18 game from Seattle versus the Niners as opposed to what we got this past weekend. So I can still say I genuinely was surprised in the outcome, but I have to give flowers. The defense, it's not a surprise to me. That has been one thing I've been consistent on. But Kenny Walker continuing to be a dominating force in this matchup and it leading to as many points as it did. Rashid Shaheed starting this game off with a touchdown. They just capitalized on every single opportunity, and the defense forcing turnovers, fourth and out, fourth down stops. They were just able to completely control this game, and the Niners were able to do nothing. Sam Darnold didn't have to do much, like we mentioned. 12 for 17. The few times that he got hit, you see he is injured. He's going through it, which is why I do think this matchup versus the Rams is going to be a lot different because the Bears have been one of the best rush offenses in football, and they could do nothing against the Rams. And that was a script where it's cold. You want to run the ball. You really want to establish that. They were wildly inefficient. They were not successful. This Rams rush defense, if there's one thing that they can hang their hat on, it's that they're an elite rush defense. So I'm definitely holding my breath when it comes to Ken Walker just being this guy who's unleashed in their offense, which is why I do go back to Sam Darnold. You may not be wrong either. It may just be a hope. I'm not hoping. I want him to succeed. He's a great underdog story. He genuinely is.
Great guy.
But I still do have my reservations because, again, Sam.
I was just trying to figure
Well, earlier this year, you did say
underdog, top pick.
something about the Seahawks win the Super Bowl.
Got cut.
You'll drop dead.
I still do
He
feel
said if
that
Sam
way.
Darnold wins.
Oh, yeah, I still do feel that way.
You drop dead if
I mean,
they
I'm
win?
not going to die, but like.
I don't know if that's what he said exactly.
No,
He
no,
says
but that's
similar
a good
sentiment.
paraphrase because that sounds like something I would say.
Shit.
I still, no surprise here. I'm riding with the team that I've rode with since week one. I'm going with the Rams. But the Rams are not the Niners.
Yeah.
People are going to try and draw the pivot away. Well, they look shaky against the Panthers. Oh, they look shaky against the Bears.
What if they give like
they run away.
massive belt to the Rams? Like,
Who, the Seahawks?
Well,
Yeah,
they're
what
the
if
best team.
That shit
Like,
turns into just
I mean,
insane
clearly
belt.
at that point, they proved everything.
If that happens, yeah, I agree with you. Then they are the best
And
team.
they just got one game left,
I
obviously.
will. If you making my prediction on Thursday,
Nah, but
That's
again, you just got to give credit to Seattle for going out there and handling business.
did a job. You
The
handled
Niners,
the hospital Niners.
overachievers,
For sure.
incredible season, all things considered.
Awesome. Just lost Robert Saleh.
So much overachievers that you
loss.
got Robert Saleh a head coaching job
You
again.
deserve this ass
Thank
whooping,
God,
Niners.
bro.
I honestly will say the Eagles game got him a head coaching position. And that's funny because the Eagles offense has just been so dog shit.
I just think like he's been able to hold the ship down for most of the year. That's
but
what
I
it
do
is.
think him getting a playoff win
like
played
nobody,
a huge part in it.
like a coordinator locking up Kevin Patula doesn't get you. a
No,
job.
I agree with you.
It was a really,
Well, I mean, the finalists for the Titans job were Matt Nagy and Robert Saleh.
Yeah,
so they definitely
ridiculous,
made the
by
right
the way.
choice.
It's
For
the
Matt
most
Nagy.
Titans thing ever, to be honest with you. Respect.
Yeah.
No slight against Saleh. I think Saleh's
No.
a great
Yeah,
coach.
yeah.
But Nagy even having an opportunity to be a head coach.
Where's he going to go? Because they hired
I don't
the
know,
enemy.
bro, but they can get him out the league at this point.
The Chiefs are
Not
so
good.
funny. They were like, yeah, bro, go explore head coaching gigs. We got your replacement already, though, which
Thank God.
was easy. That was easy.
It should have been Cliff Kingsbury.
And now I'm sick.
Reunite
I think Cliff's gonna be a head
Kingsbury
coach.
with
He's still
Mahomes.
unemployed, right?
Can I be
There's still like
honest?
5 positions open.
I'm not going to be floored if he goes back to AZ.
I'd be floored.
I don't think. I'd
He
be
ain't going
shocked.
back there.
I'm not going to be surprised
we
because
still need OC.
he had his most success there. He obviously knows that he can call plays.
we need OC.
You're saying
Philly. We still need OC.
Arizona might riot if they do that.
Yeah,
he was
doubt
not
it.
the reason they were unsuccessful. He wasn't. They had their most
I don't
successful
know.
season with
Cliff
him.
it always feels like Cliff gets figured out after a year or two his offense.
I mean,
All we
Jaden
need is a
Daniels
year.
went all the way to the NFC Championship
I know,
game.
but Kyler had moments, especially early in his career, where the offense was great, and then towards the end, it was like we have to fire this
I
guy.
will also be honest, there has validity, but the year that they were amazing, the team fell apart.
Yeah, and they played the Rams.
Exactly.
They got hurt everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. D-Hop didn't even play in that game. His wide
AJ
receiver
Green
one
got
was
hurt, all
AJ
of-
Green.
yeah.
You know, the thing with the Seahawks that I find impressive is that when you hire a defensive-minded coach, you are kind of rolling the dice that this guy is
Well said,
going
Joel.
to shut down offenses. And the Seahawks took a big gamble. They said, we're going to bank on Mike McDonald going up against Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan 4 times a
They were
season,
right.
and we think we'll be successful. and they have been
Felt
right.
like D'Amico Ryans. Man.
Kyle Shanahan has coached for the 49ers, I think it is 163 games in total. In 4 of them, he's been held under 7 points. Mike McDonald and the Seahawks are responsible for 2 of them in this month alone.
Yeah.
Are we
Week
counting
18
these 2 though?
in the divisional round. I mean, if you don't want to count it, then I guess. But I mean, the Eagles' defense was pretty damn elite in the second half of the season, and the 49ers had 2 amazing
That's
offensive
fair.
drives against them.
Yeah.
So
No, Mike McDonald is special.
The Seahawks just like completely shut down everything. I think the Niners averaged like 3.6 yards per play, something silly like that. The Seahawks defense is just really on another level, and I think the criticisms and the skepticism about Darnold is a little bit fair. I'll say the skepticism, not the criticism.
Yeah.
Because I think he has shown that he can play well in the fourth quarter, has game-winning drives. But Kenneth Walker, he's always been a phenomenal talent. He's always been a top 10 talent at the position. The offensive line has just held him back. But against the Rams, when they beat them in a regular season in the second game, Kenneth Walker took a 3rd and long screen for a first down.
True.
Like, he is an explosive playmaker that when you get him involved, it opens up the offense. And Zach Charbonnet, it's going to suck because he's a great change of pace back. But if this means that Kenneth Walker gets an extra 10 to 15 touches per game, I mean, those plays could be more explosive plays.
It's funny to me that they use Charbonnet as the bruiser when that's kind of Ken Walker's game too.
Walker just has the explosiveness that Charbonnet doesn't.
He's fast as hell, but Ken Walker is also strong.
Sharp's just big.
When we were scouting Ken Walker, one of like the big things about him was that he was strong.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
like the Seahawks, I think they're just really fucking good, bro.
Yeah,
like,
Mike McDonald,
ridiculous.
I still don't think he gets the credit he deserves because he's a defensive-minded coach. But the way we talk about Sean Payton, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, the same talks have to be had about Mike McDonald. He's just doing it on the defensive side of the ball. I think D'Amico Ryans, you mentioned that too, Riv. But Mike McDonald specifically, what he does to opposing defenses and top quarterbacks and top coordinators and play callers, he just doesn't, it's not as sexy because it's defense. But Seattle, I think even through, they're going to have different offensive coordinators. So I think eventually Kubiak will get hired. They'll bring in somebody else. He'll probably get hired. This is a guy that you feel so great about going forward because he understands defense. He showed it right away in Baltimore the first year he was defensive coordinator. He's great, man. I love Seattle.
The Seahawks have the best remaining defense in the playoffs. Some would argue the best defense that was in the playoffs got eliminated because of CJ Stroud's poor performance, which I think is fair.
It's concrete fact.
But I mean, the argument in which they were the best defense in the playoffs.
Oh, that
is
I agree.
argument. CJ Stroud, without a doubt, cost him the football game. He was pretty abysmal. Are you out on CJ Stroud? Are you in on him? What do you think his future with the Texans is at this point in time?
I remember being laughed at for when we did our quarterback ranking list.
14 is objectively hilarious.
There was a minor troll by putting Bo Nix number 1 because I knew you guys were going to disrespect him and put him low. But there was a genuine belief CJ Stroud was the worst of those quarterbacks. And he did play as such. Now, there have been some worse quarterback performances, shockingly enough, than what CJ Stroud has put forth in these 2 games.
Aaron
Albeit,
Rodgers.
that game versus the Patriots was horrible. Aaron Rodgers versus
Ain't have
Texans.
a chance, bro. Ain't have a chance.
Aaron Rodgers versus Texans. However, 41 years old against the Texans defense. You tried, brother. Drake May looked pretty shitty versus that same defense. Not as bad as Rodgers, but he looked pretty terrible too.
Wasn't great.
Herbert versus New England.
It's awful.
That's bad. Then there's this guy. Plays for the Houston Texans. Beloved by one of our members on this
Beloved.
panel.
It's my dog.
I feel terrible for man.
Had a good regular season.
And the complete opposite happened as what we saw the last 2 years, where I thought last year's regular season was mid. He goes in his first game versus the Chargers.
Plays well.
Good game.
Yeah.
2 years ago in his rookie season.
Awesome.
Amazing game. No one had doubts then.
Awesome.
And then this season,
Gotta have a
2
better
games.
year 4.
So fucking bad.
Yeah, gotta have a better year 4.
This game versus the Patriots was one of the single worst games I've ever seen in my life. And it got to the point where he was playing bad, not because of what the Patriots were doing, because what they were doing was obvious. They were generating a ton of
It
pressure.
was in his own head, man.
Ridiculous. He was overthinking everything, checkdowns included. Just the accuracy was all over the place. He was mentally defeated on top of being physically defeated. And I think that's why we saw the worst version of him versus the Patriots. Now, it is a concrete fact. They lost because of quarterback play. That defense, quarterback play, offensive play. I'm not going to single out the offense as a whole. No Nico Collins. The run game's obviously poor. The offensive line's one of the worst in the league. Yes, offense as a whole. That is one of the single best defenses I've ever seen in my life. That Houston defense will go down all-time good, and it will not make an AFC championship game. You just needed what you were asking Sam. Good. Okay. They probably can come away with that win. CJ was horrendous. Am I out on CJ Stroud? I'm not going to say out. He has 3 playoff wins already in his career.
Yeah.
Two of them are
agreed
carry jobs on the defense.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm going to say the one versus the Chargers he was good in.
The Chargers and then
Cleveland?
The
Steelers.
The two Chargers.
He's
ones.
saying the 2 Chargers. I'm going to say the game versus.
Cleveland, he played really
I
well.
think the Steelers one was super carry. Chargers, he did a job.
No, he got carried against the Steelers.
Yeah.
I think Chargers, it was a
did a
good
job.
team performance. I think versus the Browns,
He was great.
he laid belt.
Yeah, that was
He
good.
has 4
Browns
playoff
defense.
wins, actually, right?
No, he has 3.
3 playoff,
He has
3
first
first-round wins,
round
and then 3
wins.
divisional losses.
He has the same career amount of playoff wins as Lamar Jackson.
Because it's the
Nevertheless,
Browns ones, but then the Chargers won last year, and then the Chargers won this year, right?
No, Steelers this year.
Steelers.
Yeah, he keeps.
He don't
he-
play. I
it's
forgot
all
he didn't
good.
play the
All
Chargers.
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Uh-huh. So I say all that to say, through these first 3 years of his career, he's been one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks in the league. You need, as a franchise, to recognize, all right, our defense is good enough. Like it's fine. We don't need to add more. Adding Danielle Hunter was obviously incredible because you have the best duo at the edge position. Your secondary is amazing. Your linebackers are great. Focus on offense because you're wasting CJ Stroud's rookie contract because he's going to be due for money soon and you're going to be handcuffed. You're going to have to pay him because you're not finding a quarterback that's as good as he is. Or you waste his time, you pay him, now you pay off the fact that now your defense is going to have to take a hit because you can't pay everybody and you're going to get worse. And then it's going to lead to D'Amico being fired, which is going to be sad because I think D'Amico is an objectively great head coach. Maybe he should have put in Davis Mills. But why do that at that point when you know that CJ Stroud's your
embarrass your
franchise?
quarterback,
Exactly.
yeah.
There's no point in doing that.
He's closer to being a personal trainer than getting paid $50 million from the Texans organization.
Okay. Wow. I mean, that's good. Good for you to say that.
He's not
Because he
nowhere
was
near a contract
objectively
extension.
horrendous.
They're not having extension talks. Yeah, no way.
Why would
should've.
you? Why would you? You accept his 5th-year option because you need to learn
Prove
from
it.
other franchises' mistakes. But CJ needs to be better going into next year. The team needs to be smarter in how they construct their roster because clearly he can only uplift so much. Because this roster did him no favors, but definitely he didn't do himself any either.
He just might not be a game-changing top-end quarterback, and I think that's fine. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks that make a long career of just being really good and steady. And how I view CJ Stroud in this question, I'm in or out on him, is if he were to have another situation, if he went to another organization, would I trust that he can revive his career? And the answer is yes. If he went to Minnesota, I think Minnesota would be fantastic.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think what he's saying is fine.
I think if
a lot of quarterbacks would succeed in Minnesota.
No, but I understand what he's saying. True, Minnesota is a good destination. Like if he would have went
Atlanta
to
with Stefanski.
Atlanta, I think
100%
he'd
I
be
think
awesome.
can do it.
And Atlanta too. I think
could
CJ
he go
Stroud
to the
can
Jets
do it.
and revive his career?
How many can, man?
No.
How many
Just
can?
being
No,
an
he can't.
asshole.
No, he can't. No way. No way. The defense is all time great, but the offensive line was better than last year, but still gave up a lot of pressure. Had no Nico Collins. You can't run the football. He's a pocket passing quarterback that can't trust the pocket. You're gonna get bad play. Is it gonna be as bad as what we saw? No. I thought for most of the season, especially during the win streak, he did a really good job at managing the game and not having a ton of turnovers to where his regular season wasn't bad. It signaled nothing anywhere near to what this performance was. This performance was unexpected. Even if you didn't have much belief in CJ Stroud, him playing this terrible and against the Steelers, I think both playoff performances were
bad.
very unexpected. But now, unfortunately, they have the potential to become career-threatening performances.
Yep.
That's how bad they were. He had 10 turnover-worthy plays in 2 games in the playoffs. That is just horrendously bad. And now we're at a point in time where his future is uncertain. Extension talks with the Texans are halted. There's not gonna be any. He's essentially, at this point in time, a prove-it quarterback. Mm-hmm. He has to have a full season, playoffs included, of good quarterback play for him to win back the fan base,
QB,
fans,
nice.
That's a fact.
and the organization.
Welcome, CJ.
I'm glad I'm out of those combos, man. Y'all
That
have
is
fun
how
with that shit,
bad
man.
his playoffs were. And that's why I'm still in on CJ Stroud. I think that he still has a talent, but the Texans' priority this offseason really needs to be building a better infrastructure around him. And at this point in time, it's the opposite of Bo Nix. Like, CJ Stroud has now become a game-to-game quarterback. If he has 2 bad games,
We pray for this tie.
in the regular season, weeks 1 and 2, CJ Stroud plays poorly, Davis Mills is rolling out there week 3. That's how bad it is. Like, that's how bad it is. Davis Mills could have rolled out there in the playoffs. He was playing so bad.
You could put Zach Wilson out there. He would have done the same thing.
So CJ Stroud,
Swear to God.
Nah, he's dead serious.
Swear to God.
Miss.
He said same
Horrible.
thing.
He
I
was
agree
horrible.
with you.
Zach Wilson can be horrible. It's actually what he's best at.
Yeah, nah, I don't agree with that.
No, Riv. You and I hardly ever nowadays
It's annoying.
we don't butt heads.
You guys just
No, I don't agree with that at all. I don't think
No,
so.
no, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Not,
Well, maybe not week 1, week 2, but like
no, I don't
4
think.
weeks,
I don't,
5 weeks. Like there
I don't
would be
think-
certainly a conversation.
I don't think.
it's true.
I don't think he's a week by week quarterback. I think anything.
No,
everything's gonna matter
no. From here
until
on out,
wild card weekend.
I don't think
I think
so.
he can even. I think he can play good in the regular season, but if he doesn't play well in the playoffs, the regular season's not going
It
to matter.
depends how good he is
100%.
in the regular season, though.
Because if he's just fine in the regular season, they make the playoffs, which they've done that 3 years in a row, and in the playoffs he shits the bed again.
I don't know. CJ's, I think what's most frustrating is just he's been regressing. Like, why was your rookie year your best year and this past year your worst year? Like the situation's gotten worse, I guess, especially because you moved on from Tunsil. But that's what's like weird because like there's some quarterbacks who just don't have it, right? Zach Wilson, by year 3, we knew it was over. We knew probably fucking year 2 it was over. But you don't typically see quarterbacks play rookie year. We were having MVP talks his rookie year. He wasn't turning the ball over. He was efficient and accurate, and it's just gotten progressively worse and worse. And then these last 2 games, it's a level that I didn't think he could play at. Like, this is a level, like, I joked about with Zach Wilson. This is something Zach Wilson would do where, like, he looks like he doesn't belong.
Well, look this bad.
And if they would have put out Davis Mills in the second half, I wouldn't have been bad. I would have been mad.
29
But
passer rating.
I think what's most annoying, Drake May played bad. CJ Stroud kind of played like an idiot. Like, he was like, some of the interceptions and turnovers were mind-boggling. Like the interception that he's pressuring his face and he throws it 1,000 feet in the air.
That was
like,
terrible.
What
That
are
was
we doing?
egregious.
Like sometimes you have to just cut your losses, take the sack, and move on because as poorly as CJ Stroud played, like fourth quarter was a 1-possession game. Like eventually the Pats went down, scored, and it was 28-16, but it was a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter, even through all of the bullshit CJ Stroud put you through.
It was the worst good game ever.
And what's
They were going band for
the other
band.
thing
Who's
is
ass?
the Texans don't have money. They're $10 million over the cap already.
Well, they're bringing
they can
everybody
make
back.
some restructures, but Will Anderson's going to need a huge contract, blank check, whatever he wants. You already paid Neil Hunter, right? Like you were smart on the Stingley move, paid him early. Smart on the Nico move, paid him early. But man, like you're wasting an all-time defense. Like if you just got average play, if you got Sam Darnold level play, you'd be advancing to the AFC Championship game and probably to the Super Bowl. Right?
I'll be honest, I don't think we would have won.
No, like I feel better about the Broncos going against the Patriots than
Easily.
average quarterback play with the Texans defense.
I
You know
said
what I'm
that to
saying?
y'all
Absolutely.
too, and you're like, "Oh, I know you're rooting for the Texans." No, I didn't want to see that defense.
And Riv, I think, listen, you're fair in assessing Stroud. Like, yeah, if he has a good regular season, all that's going to matter for Stroud is the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think that regular season matters.
No, it does if he plays poorly.
If he plays poorly, yeah.
It does.
I mean, I just don't think they'll have another option. Like, he's going to be trotted out there.
Davis Mills was undefeated when he played this year.
But he wasn't playing, like, all worlds.
I don't know. He wasn't. But if CJ Stroud's
like,
not giving you even, like, good level quarterback
I don't think D'Amico's going to bench him,
He's not going to get benched.
Yeah, I just think we're, like, having stupid conversations.
He's got to be, like, dog shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he's never shown you if the guys are out there, he's dog shit in the regular season.
The thing is, the Texans probably will never be bad enough, even though they were this season, to be like losing. You know what I mean? Like if they start off 0-5,
didn't they start off close to that?
They started off 0-3,
but every game was like they could have won it.
No, I'm not saying it was CJ's fault that happened.
Well,
no.
It was 9-14 in one game.
Yeah, I think the
Here's
Rams
the two
scored like
things.
14 points.
Number one, I think that the good thing for CJ Stroud is that he has an organization, or at least a head coach that believes in him still. Will Anderson, the best player on the team, believes in him still, clearly. And D'Amico Ryans just came out and said CJ's our quarterback. And I think the fact that he let him play out that game is basically him saying, that's my guy. And I'm riding with my guy, and I'm not giving up on him. So that's a good thing, is that the belief and support system behind CJ Stroud is there. What I am saying is that if it spirals, if these performances aren't one-off performances, if he in week 1 has 2 picks, if he in week 2 has 2 picks, then yeah, I think there's serious conversations about him getting benched early. But he has to play that bad, which I'm not expecting it, but that's what I mean when I say he becomes a week-to-week quarterback. Now, the fan base, the organization, there's a magnifying glass on CJ Stroud. He's not getting the leeway and the excuses that he got where the offensive line's terrible. How do you expect this guy to play well? This is not good. This is not good. Now it's like, okay, you know what? We think that you might be the bigger problem than, I think these things might be issues, but we think you might be the bigger problem in this. So that's why I think now he's going to get evaluated on a game-to-game basis. But the good news is that Tank Dell comes back. You have Nico Collins, Jalen Noel, Jaden Higgins, two players, rookies that, flashed throughout this season. The receiving core should be healthier and better next season, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that from Houston fans personally. I don't think I really think it's going to come down to the playoffs. Like, genuinely, I think he's never given you any indication of having a bad or horrific regular season, especially as long as guys are healthy and out there. I think the worst game he's had prior to these 2 games was like the Jets games when nobody plays and stuff like that. So it's, for me personally, like, you lost money. Right, you go into year 4, you pick up his 5th-year option. He's still in a rookie deal, so you have a year or 2 to figure this out. If he plays well in the regular season, that shit is all cool and dandy, but they're going to have the same defense, maybe not the same level, but they're bringing everybody back next year.
The depth is what's going to take a hit.
Probably, yeah, but like they're bringing all their guys back. Petra's coming back. Stingley's coming back. Hunter's coming back. Lassiter's coming back. Like, these are dudes that are like, Will Anderson Jr. is going to get a blank check. So it's like,
Lassiter's going to leave and get paid cornerback 1 money.
Yeah, like you're bringing your dudes back. So and then if Nico Collins can stay healthy, listen, the game was horrific. Game got real worse when Dalton Schultz went out. Like, it got worse and worse. Like, at that point, he was just like, yo, fuck. I'm out here wilding out.
No, Nico is a bummer.
It is, but like I feel like he still could have played well. I tweeted it, bro. I got CTE. I don't know what's up with him. Like he be wilding out. Like, he had an interception when he's running, and his receivers like in front of him, and the corner's just watching him, and he's just like, "Here, bro." Like he's just like, and I'm just like, "Yeah, bro."
They showed there was some graphic the moment, the Caleb Williams shit at midfield when he's gonna be out. It's like after that, his numbers like going half.
So like I think.
They put that on the broadcast?
No.
I think somebody did. I think
it was better. I think actually Chelsea put that up.
I think Nick Wright put it up.
Or Nick Wright?
I think. Yeah.
I know BetMGM put it because Chelsea was like, look at this.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
but no, I think, bro, all the shit that's been said about him is justified. He played like shit, bro. I didn't go up there to defend him one time. Like, he deserves
it's literally impossible.
Yeah, he deserves the slander. It's just, how do you bounce back? That's really it.
The Rams beat the Bears 20-17. I feel like with this game, there are different ways to go with it. It's like the Rams side of it, they survive, and now they're in the NFC Championship game, obviously. May not have been like the most encouraging win, but they still won.
The game was so mid.
And then the Bears, I should say.
Until it wasn't.
No, the game is over, but they give you a lot of hope that they could have pulled it out and actually made the NFC Championship game.
It was a miracle of God, on top of the fact that, hey, amazing play.
When the Iceman gets the ball in the 4th quarter. He's gonna do what
down
he does.
2.
Yeah.
It was 4th and 4.
It was nuts.
I'm watching
And it was
this
a
game.
50-yard throw.
Alexander's on the cusp of being blacked out. I'm watching this game and I'm like, it's over. Rams about to win. It's lit. Then I see this idiot fade away from 50 yards, and I said, what the fuck?
That was so stupid.
All I could do was
he has a little bit of Jameis Winston.
All I could do was applaud, man. It was an amazing throw. I didn't think he played a great game all in all, but that play in and of itself, you throw your hands up and you say, hey, man, we got a guy that has some tools that can be special in this league one day. We overachieved this season. Again, I tweeted and I was not trolling. I think that you guys, I've hated on you guys all season long. You know the future's bright. I don't have to tell you anything. You're a piece of shit. That's what you are. But a lot of what I've had my gripes with the Bears. Let me not say all of that was highlighted in this playoff run, because I do think the defense was fraudulent. They got gashed by the Packers. They were able to lock in the second half, credit where it's due. Versus the Rams, they were awesome. They really limited them in a strong fashion. The offense was inconsistent, and Caleb Williams was inconsistent. That was also highlighted in overtime with that bad throw to DJ Moore, because, again, I do believe, no matter what you want to say about DJ Moore, that was a bad pass. That was a really objectively bad pass. And you can't give Matthew Stafford and company second opportunity, because they're going to capitalize. The Bears, it was right there for them. They gave it away, unfortunately. But the Rams keep fighting, man. They keep on fighting.
Yeah, no, it was. I do think the Bears had a great season, especially we all had them, I think, coming in last or at least third place.
Really, the fan didn't have them higher?
No, I didn't.
The Glazer?
I wasn't a fan in August. I wasn't a fan.
You weren't a fan in September,
Wow, you weren't
October,
there?
November.
December.
So you weren't a real
December we got
fan.
there.
Wow.
Were you? That's cap.
When did they play the Packers?
January just started, so fine.
Whenever the
it's
Packers
January
game.
20th, brother.
January.
The first
January.
Packers, or no, the second Packers game.
That
When
was
he walked
like
it off. That was probably
that was
December.
like 3 weeks ago. It was December.
It was probably
Like
December.
middle of December.
Skin of my teeth, maybe, but it was
Oh
December.
my God, you make me absolutely
Wow.
Middle of
sick.
December, nah, it was late December. It was December 20.
You're right.
Yeah,
It was the
it was
Packers
late.
game that
It
you
was
said
late.
that. I mean, he just has it, bro. What you need?
Yo, you've been a fan for a month.
Nah,
It's
literally.
been such a great month, man. I love Caleb. Love him, great guy. But no, you got the full Caleb
don't even
experience
know
in
him
this
personally.
game. I feel like he's my brother. You got the full experience just in the last two drives when he makes one of the stupidest throws you'll see in your life, and then another stupidest throw you'll see in your life. One good, one bad. Yeah, the touchdown of Cole Kmet was dumb. It was stupid. I don't know how the hell pressure in his face 50 yards down the field. It's like, wow, yeah, this is the next fucking Patrick Mahomes. And then he has the throw in overtime. You're like, holy shit, this guy is so fucking inaccurate. So you get the whole Caleb experience, and it's probably a good way to go out, because that's what I think majority of the season's been, where you just get these crazy, stupid highlight plays and these big explosive plays. And then you also have the inaccuracies and the miscommunication and the DJ Moore issue that's really been going on for years at this point. It's not just that one play, but he's had his fair share of criticism when it comes to hustle and finishing out plays. And I'd be shocked if he's on this team next year.
He's a Bill.
Yeah, I mean, he has a big cap hits, like 24, 28 million, something nuts, but they would save 15 million by moving off of him. Either way, though, you have to feel super hopeful what the future holds. I know, we've talked, Joel's joked about regression for this Bills team, but I think they're going to be great. Like, I think they're going to be right up there with the Packers and the Lions, and if Minnesota finds a quarterback, it's going to be another really tough year for that division. But when you have Ben Johnson, who year in and year out with Detroit is putting up top 5 offenses, it doesn't matter who's there. Of course, they've had great personnel, but the offense never fell off. I'm not expecting it to fall off, barring some catastrophic injury to the offensive line or Caleb or something. So I think your offense is set. Caleb, in my opinion, is probably just going to get better. He improved from year 1 to year 2. He'll improve from year 2 to year 3. The offensive line is mostly coming back for next season. And I think the young receivers, like, this was a very disappointing year from Rome Odunze, who after his first year felt like this was a potential star on your hand. The drop touchdown at the beginning of this game was brutal. And Luther Burden at the end of the year showed that he could also be a star in this league. So you have those two, and then Colston Loveland, who feels like a star already. So the offense you feel really good about. Defensively, could still do a lot of work. I think both of their safeties are free agents, Brisker and Kevin Byard, who was a Pro Bowler this year, both free agents. You could still find another edge rusher. You could still beef up the interior defensive line. They're another team that doesn't have a lot of money, like Houston. Like they could, finagle some things, the DJ Moore contract, maybe restructure Swift to save some money, but they're not going to go on a spending spree like they did last offseason. They spent a majority of their money. But offensively, you have to feel great because the infrastructure with quarterback, head coach, and offensive line is there. Credit to the Rams. I didn't think this was Stafford's best game by any means, but he had the ridiculous throw to Devontae Adams in overtime. Ended up winning the game. And yeah, I think it's fitting that it's Rams-Seahawks NFC Championship game because I know DVOA-wise, it's the best matchup of all time. Like these have been the two best teams in football, so it's right that they match up because, listen, maybe I would have taken Chicago in the NFC Championship game, it would have been a crazy upset. They probably would have been touchdown underdogs, I would imagine, going to Seattle. So this is the right matchup. This is the two best teams in football. I'm really excited for this one.
Listen, man, the Rams are looking a little bit iffy. The first game was their defense. The second game was their offense. But, hey, if they win in the NFC Championship game, it's not going to matter. Their season's still alive, and they still have time to rewrite things. If you told a Bears fan before the game that our defense was going to hold the Rams to 17 points in regulation, then you feel pretty good about your chances winning. But the problem was that the offense was very inconsistent for the Bears. And that's kind of what this game was. It was a defensive slugfest. And both defense really came to play. The Bears defense playing well was really the most shocking part of it all. Dennis Allen really had Sean McVay figured out for most of that game. And I thought Sean McVay's decision-making was pretty awful.
It was terrible at the end of the game.
And I also thought Ben Johnson, for somebody that was so aggressive early on, going for it instead of taking points, when you score that touchdown and you're down by one and Caleb just has one of the best plays of the season, it's like, finish the goddamn job.
Can I give credit or can I give a little explanation why I didn't hate it? They did the same thing against the Packers.
They did.
Went into OT and won the game. That's the only reason I wasn't surprised.
Yeah. No, I wasn't surprised by it either, but the way I'm thinking is that, Ben Johnson, you feel so comfortable going for fourth down and not taking points. You got a chance to win the game here.
I just wonder if they don't have that many 2-point plays that they're confident in those situations.
In the playoffs at that moment,
you know what I mean? Like, I get your Ben Johnson. Yes, you should have those plays in your bag, but maybe you're just like, our defense has been playing well. Yeah. I trust my guys.
His thought process was probably exactly that.
Yeah.
That, hopefully we defend first in overtime. We get a stop, which they did.
Because that touchdown was a miracle.
Which they did.
That was nuts, bro.
Sean McVay ran the ball 3 straight times, and then they punted it. So the Bears had a chance. And, Caleb had a scramble on that drive before the interception.
He got popped, too.
He made some plays, man. Like, it felt like the Bears at that point, when they reached midfield, they were going to win the game.
Hey, Drew,
and then...
Are you nervous?
Let's hear it.
First of all, wait, before I ask that question, what did you do for MLK Day? Nothing.
Hey, what'd you do
question.
For MLK Day?
Me? I went to church.
I don't go to church. I'm not a church guy.
Why did you go to church?
My grandma was serving.
For ML, really?
Yeah, she serves.
Can I get a pound? Can you pound me?
Pound him.
Because when I asked you, what'd you do?
Well, I just pounded you.
And you know what? That's good.
When I asked you, what'd you do? You didn't answer me.
You didn't give him a time to answer.
What did you do for MLK Day? And be honest with me.
Oh, what did I do?
Did you watch videos of...
Did you watch the I Have a Dream speech?
No, I did not. I should have had that queued up.
Do you know who made the speech?
Who made it? MLK?
Yeah. Okay, just making sure.
That's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Do you know who Malcolm X is?
Yes.
Okay, good. Drew, question.
Yes.
Are you alarmed in any form or fashion, being as if you're the only Ramley guy at the table? I feel like this is you versus Joel. Me and Delves don't really have a side here.
No, there's a side. He's done with the Rams.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a Seahawks guy.
I don't hate the Rams.
Joel's the Seahawks guy. You're the Ramley guy. So are you alarmed by Matthew Stafford's numbers under pressure?
No.
Okay. You feel like, ice in his veins.
Well, yes.
Seattle's defense, you're good.
No, I'm gonna give the Seattle Seahawks their respect. They're an elite defense.
One of the best.
Last time he met up with them,
Fried the shit out of
he
them.
put 4 touchdowns, 300.
I don't think he's been good ever since.
I'm sure that'll happen again.
Yeah, I don't think he's been good ever since.
They had 600 yards in that game.
Especially if you put Devon Witherspoon on Puka Nacua, he's getting strapped up.
Genuinely believe that in your heart of hearts.
Puka Nacua's been strapped
200 yards. 200
it's hard to replicate.
That was
it's hard to
I don't know if
replicate.
it's 200 again.
It's hard to replicate.
He's not getting 100. I'll put money on that.
Yo, I like this. I like
That's not
this.
a bad, like,
I was gonna say
it's a 100-yard game.
Brother had
215.
215. That's tough to just say.
Nevertheless, I'm not worried about Stafford.
Okay.
He's Matthew Stafford.
There you go.
He's Matthew Stafford. Yeah. He had another game-winning drive under his belt.
Denver.
Back to back. Again.
Denver with Stidham versus the Rams. Are you picking the Rams?
No.
Okay. You're picking Denver no matter what.
I don't give a fuck.
I love that. I
We
love
gotta
that.
lose.
Yeah, of course. I mean, why would you go against your team?
Well, some people,
Tell
don't
me
follow
how,
that.
Tell me
ritual.
how. Shout out to Jared. He's listening. Tell me how this fucking guy asked me straight face, Drew, are you rooting for the Broncos now that Bo Nix is out? I'm like, yes, bro. I want us to win.
Well, he
That's
was
an honest
also
question.
he's a Steeler fan who is basically rooting against the Steelers all year long.
That's true.
which
And I was just
respect.
like, why would I root against him? He's like, why do you want to see Stidham in the Super Bowl? I'm just like, are you fucking stupid or am I?
I mean, I don't want to see Drake May in there. Have you seen him play?
he's played like ass.
Couldn't be worse than Stidham.
It sucks that it's going to be. Let me not say this because the Patriots haven't been underwhelming. Maybe in this postseason you could
They've
argue
been
they've
in
been
the
underwhelming.
postseason definitely.
But it sucks we got
Offenses.
robbed of what could potentially have been like the lighter version of Mahomes and Josh Allen with May and Nix. Like I'm really upset that
Who
this
the
could have
fuck
been.
is Josh Allen? Who the fuck is Josh Allen in this regard?
who's Mahomes?
I was just thinking of a rivalry.
Lighter or what?
I was just thinking of a rivalry that we've seen in the
I just
AFC
feel like you could
Championship.
have used.
Payne Brady.
See that I
3.0.
didn't want to drag that exactly. Again, you
Strong
didn't
names.
have to over exaggerate it. More so.
He got me though.
No, when he said those things, I was like, what the fuck? It was like, who's who here? I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, who's who?
This
I'm
is-
curious. Who's
this
who?
Polar
is the-
bear in Texas.
Who's who? Like, if you had to pick, who's who?
Bo Nix very obviously is
Talk.
Patrick Mahomes.
So,
But it does suck that this could have been a matchup that we see in years to come,
yeah,
and we got robbed of that.
type shit. Would you argue that was really supposed to be the Caleb Drake May in the Super Bowl type matchup?
Oh, yeah.
I'm asking you because I know how you get.
but
I'm just saying, Jaden Daniels
I
made
know
an
how he
AFC
gets. You know what I'm
championship.
saying?
Drake May made an AFC championship. Bo
Jaden made a
Nix
year
made
one.
an
That was
AFC
big, too.
championship.
Just had to win one game.
And
to get
where's
there.
Caleb?
Did.
And you
didn't even
picked
win the
against
shit.
him.
He didn't even
Shut
win
your
the
fucking
game.
mouth.
Caleb got. They both got one
Drake
play.
And
Yeah,
how many
win the
how many
game, bro.
championship games has Jordan Love played in?
fuck.
0.
Shit don't matter, bro.
Fucking 0.
Hey,
Jordan Love
Fry
is
him.
still a top
Fry him.
Fucking
quarterback.
0.
Fry him.
How
Talk
many
about
have the
Green Bay.
Jets played in fucking 15 years?
Bo Nix played. He's gonna play in 0.
Oh shit!
Wow.
He didn't have to do that.
Make it 16 years, we got one.
Wow. He made it to one at least.
Sorry, he's not
He
gonna
will be
play
on the
in it.
field.
Jordan Love ain't make it to shit.
Damn.
Yeah, it's because he gets sold.
Whoa.
4 touchdowns,
Niners?
23 yards.
Niners,
This
this
year
year,
he got
forget
sold.
that.
this year he got
This year he
sold.
got
sold.
sold, and he would have went.
Last year he didn't get sold.
I picked him.
Joel, he
Listen,
played
man.
like shit against Philly.
Yeah, no, he did.
Awful.
And so did Mahomes.
Well, Mahomes has 3 rings, bro.
He's had to win one game. Yeah, because he was
Now,
the best team in the
speaking
fucking
about just
AFC.
the player against the defense.
He was the quarterback for the best team in the AFC. He earned a bye, and he did his job.
Talk.
Yeah, he was better than Drake.
So you need that bye. That bye is important.
It's been important.
Super important.
Very
It's the only reason why Lamar Jackson's seen round 2 more than once.
Shouts to my goat.
Oh my God. He's throwing shots today.
I don't care. Dude's a Bo Nix, man.
They're in the championship.
Bo Nix isn't Stidham.
You guys are fucking.
What's wrong with you
My
two?
bad, my
sick,
bad,
bro.
my
They're
bad.
sick.
No, this is what happens when you're a Jets fan and a
I
Packers
told you
fan.
you got some brewing beef going on after Monday. What day was that on Monday?
I know.
Okay, then.
Now
I've
listen,
had beef
man.
with you since the day I fucking met
I think
you.
I think it's hilarious how I think the best place to be in root for wise is like when there's no expectations because the Bears lose in the playoffs. Caleb throws a game-losing interception,
It does.
and
yeah,
the
whatever.
reception is
It's kind of like whatever.
future is bright.
Never been brighter.
Play
So happens when you're a
erased.
Chicago Bears
Caleb, the guy. If it's like any other quarterback that's been in the league for like so many years, like if they do that in that moment, it's like nothing but nonstop slander. And I think that Caleb Williams, he's going to be fine. I think he's going to get better year to year. But the Bears, though, I mean, they don't have much money. They overachieved this year. They went 7-4 in 1-score games. They had one of the best
They regressed
records
to the mean.
in 1-score
They'll
games.
set it.
7-4 is so
They had
average.
the best
Like, it's
turnover
never
differential,
gonna
but there was a lot of games that it felt like they got outplayed, and then you just the fourth quarter
Against your
happened.
Green Bay Packers specifically twice.
Oh yeah, twice, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Clutch up.
when you look at the turnovers, Kevin Byard's a free agent, Nashawn Wright's a free agent, CJ Gardner-Johnson's a free agent. That is 13 of their 23 interceptions on the year.
There you go. Go and look at it.
Who knows if Kevin Byard might be back. Kevin Byard might be back. Nashawn Wright, who knows? I mean, I don't know what his market's going to be. Maybe they come back. But the interceptions probably aren't going to stay. The takeaways probably aren't going to stay. It's going to regress year to year. And I think it's like everybody's future is bright once they lose in the playoffs. But sometimes when you get into the playoffs, that is your moment.
Dan
and I'm
Campbell
not
said it.
saying this is the Bears' final moment.
Sounds like you're saying it.
But
he wants to.
He wants to so bad.
NFC North.
The Bears are not coming back.
At least you are man enough to
The
say it. Just say
NFC
it.
North
So what?
is filled with
The playoffs?
awesome teams.
Who's awesome?
They're
in
not
the
going to
NFC
have
North?
another playoff win
The
for another
Packers
3 years.
are-
Oh, you're
The
ridiculous.
Packers are most definitely the most talented team
Yeah,
in
but
the
they
NFC
never
North.
do shit.
They won 9 games.
Like, yeah, come
It's
on.
because we were unhealthy.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna be
why.
honest, they're
There's
right,
always
bro. You guys never do
Bro,
shit.
the
You
Pack-
never do shit.
Bro.
I'm sorry.
You never do shit.
You never do
You
shit.
can't,
You
you
never do
can't
shit.
say
Like,
this.
bro, you
can't-
never
quarterback
do
is
shit.
cute.
You
He's
can't
always
say this
handsome.
for
That shit
any
means
other team in the
nothing.
NFC North. You cannot say that they're bringing back 4 Pro Bowlers.
Dude,
you can't say that.
Dude, they never do shit.
You
We're
never
bringing
do
out
shit.
Pro. We're
They
bringing Pro
genuinely-
Bowlers.
And genuinely, you're a fan now. You're never gonna do shit,
Bro, when you think
Sorry.
about the Packers, your first thought is they never do shit.
Nah.
They haven't done shit.
What do you mean? We just made the NFC Championship game not too long
When?
ago in 2020.
And you know what? In actuality, that led to them not doing shit, unfortunately.
Once again.
that was
Hey, bro,
2020.
Matt LaFleur on a prove it year. Tucker Kraft coming back. Micah coming back. Come on, bro.
Was even a prove a year? He just got extended.
I think that he got to prove it. I think he got to prove it.
First
but
guy
no,
to prove
listen,
it.
Packers.
I think top to bottom
great
though.
team.
I mean, like, listen, the,
Top to bottom,
the
awesome.
foundation that the Bears have, that is like a quarterback coach, outside of Vikings in the division, who doesn't have that?
Well, Detroit has Jared Goff.
And Jared
You
Goff,
guys
particularly,
have-
was better than Caleb Williams.
You guys
this
are the
past year.
Packers. So
We have Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. We are
that
established.
has amounted to.
And a-
say it with me.
Not
Nothing.
doing
and in
shit.
Keep Cup 5, you kept them in your Keep Cup 5.
Okay.
And so you know that they're an awesome established
Like, that's
quarterback
dope.
head coach
if
duo.
I can grab them and put them on any other fucking team, I would.
Honestly,
Should I
you
bring
take them
my
off the
team?
Packers type shit. You take them off the Packers, like low key, they're like
They look way better.
They're the expensive Jets. Like you think about it with the
shit.
like they're
Oh
the
my
expensive
God. Oh my
Jets.
What do you mean they're the
Just
expensive Jets?
never do
my
shit.
God. Oh my God. You guys are.
You guys have, like,
you're
all, like-
underachievers as fuck.
Since their last Super Bowl, they're second in win percentage.
Cool.
And it leads to not
Nothing.
doing
Can't win a
shit.
Super Bowl every
You
year.
haven't even won the division with Jordan Love yet.
They're gonna win it next
You
year.
know it.
Yo, Caleb
It's
Williams
'cause they
won
got
the
hurt.
division for Jordan Love.
Jared Goff
It's
twice.
insane.
Caleb once. You haven't won a division title yet. What do you
cares?
do? You won 9
He's
games.
still a top 10 quarterback.
That
I don't
ass
care
weak
about the
as
division
hell.
stuff.
Nah, Jordan's him.
They
Jordan's
went
nice.
0-5 after Michael went down and Jordan Love had a
Trade
concussion.
Jordan.
Because Austin Booker.
Get Jordan out of there,
Austin
bro.
Trade
Booker
Jordan
got
to
fined
Minnesota.
for his hit on Jordan Love. Jordan Love stays in that game, they win.
Oh, which game you talking about?
The second one against Chicago.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Where Austin
sorry.
Booker.
Chill, that hurt me.
Concussed him.
Malik Willis was perfect. I don't know what you want me to do.
No, he didn't hit Christian Watson on wide open touchdown.
They ended up scoring on that drive, no?
No.
You were
Okay.
the one that was like giving
Well,
him a
here's field
pass
goal.
for
Perfect.
it.
You first of all, you said they have 2 franchise quarterbacks.
Yeah, Malik
right
Willis is
after
a
that.
ball. Malik Willis is awesome. But
Malik
he's no
Willis
Jordan Love.
Fucking balled out.
Jordan Love is Jordan Love. I mean, he is one of the best.
He
Of
won
the very
9 games
best.
this year. I don't know what to tell
With 9 games, I mean,
All
yeah,
right.
they were only
What
5.
other team outside the underachievers? You said the Lions?
Oh, no, it's in the NFC North,
Yes.
all 3 teams have an established quarterback and head coach.
Oh, yes.
I don't think
Yes,
that's
yes,
I don't
yes.
think that's something like exclusive to Chicago.
you. No, they have a great offensive line too, though.
They got weapons.
And honestly, like the best offensive line, Ben Johnson and KOC. It's close. I'll probably take Ben Johnson. Quarterback upside.
'cause Ben
Jordan
has a
Love's up
QB?
there.
I feel like that's why.
No, I mean KOC is right up there too, but I think Ben Johnson. It's close. If you want to take KOC, I'm not going to.
Because I feel like if KOC had a guy, like
Well, when
Ben
he had
has
a guy, he had
it was-
Darnold, and he was great.
He was awesome.
And Kirk, even Cousins, they were
Kirk
great.
was awesome.
No, we'll see, man. Chicago, they
Hey,
had a
Green,
great season.
maybe Green Bay, maybe next year's your year.
Maybe next year's your year, man.
Yeah, maybe. It
You
has
do.
to be 1 year.
Yeah, you do eventually. It's been, what, 20 years now?
Yeah.
It has to
been
be.
forever.
Including the Jets?
No,
years?
it's been 16.
20. Well, no, because you
15.
have, oh, 15?
Yeah, you haven't seen.
No,
the
you've
playoffs
never
yet.
seen
2000.
anything in 20 years.
No, I saw the game. I watched it. What do you
Oh,
mean?
okay.
So,
I mean, bro, did you even have a chest hair then?
No, I was like 10.
Okay.
I watched the game though. I was at my cousin's house.
Okay, so 16 years.
Yeah, I was watching it with him, and I
Alright.
actually was rooting for Aaron Rodgers. So maybe it was just destiny.
16,
I
17
guess.
years. Well, okay, there you go.
I definitely don't want the Steelers.
No,
to
you're
win.
so you're 16, 17 years. How many years are you?
Since I've seen my last playoff game?
AFC
When?
Championship game. We're
Oh,
talking
I'm
about different.
27 years old.
Okay, so You're due.
I'm due.
And you're due.
But emotionally, from an emotional standpoint, how much I had invested in each Mahomes run, I count that in my
you can't.
basket.
But when we say that's your team, you say they're not.
It's in my back
And
pocket.
the show.
No, but no, Mahomes is my player, and he wins. It brings ultimate joy.
And the show.
Okay.
It's like if Allen won for you, you'd kind of like be over the moon about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I get it.
And especially because
I don't get
Mahomes ended the season of Hurts and Purdy back to back.
But then when it was just
amazing
because when that belt happened, you acted like you wasn't a Chiefs fan.
he already had 3.
Oh, okay.
No, I dreaded that moment. It was disappointing, but
No,
he can't win all.
I mean, the
of them.
score is 37
I've never
to 0.
seen belt from start to finish. Like it
bad.
actually
I mean, listen, he can't-
started
he can't
at the
win all
12
of them.
minute, like
No,
13
no,
minute
no, you can
LeBron
lose.
has more finals losses.
You
than
can
wins.
lose 37
No.
to 0.
Drew, 15 minutes started, and it proceeded to be belt from that moment to the end of the game.
And LeBron lost in 5 games, and he got swept. In the
LeBron
Final
played a
Four.
super team.
But all I'm saying, I mean, the Eagles were a super team.
You picked the Chiefs.
No, because I was biased.
I respect the fuck out of that. I respect that.
Nothing wrong with being
They both
biased.
faced
Nothing wrong
super
with
teams, both the GOATs. I mean, it is what it
What
is.
happened to watch the film, man?
Remember, he did the shit he did when he picked Dallas over Boston.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling. It's not about what he sees.
He said,
it's a
as
feeling.
long as
It wasn't my fault.
goes on
Luka
and on,
didn't
I feel
hit his
better about
shots.
Dallas.
Luka ain't hit his shots.
Yeah, it's just that feeling, you know.
Luka did not hit his shots, bro.
Yeah,
That's
we
all
were
right.
hunting him on
You and I
defense,
kind
he
of
was
trade
huffing and
places
puffing.
with 2022 when it was the 3 of you, including Pierre. Or no, I think it was the 2 of you, including Pierre, saying that, how could you pick Boston to beat the Warriors? I was right until I was wrong.
I've been
least it was
playing
a
2K.
series.
It was a
with,
series
uh,
until it
with-
wasn't.
I was right until I was feeling.
You were
it was
closer.
2-1.
You were way
Well, I was
closer.
way-
At least it was 2-1.
yeah,
She was 3-0.
You had game 4 at the crib. Like that was close. They never had a chance.
Them playing drop on Steph as much as they did really pissed
We
me
upgraded
off.
from Ime, man.
But I'm gonna give credit where it's due. Ime straight up was just like, fuck it, all out on Curry, and then Wiggins, Jordan Poole, all of them just proceeded to just hit everything.
Andrew Wiggins, I never hate you.
Yeah,
Bro,
how
I've
could you?
been playing 2K with Pierre recently. In the rec, I had like 26 and 12.
There you go.
You're
It's been
locked?
crazy. Yeah, Pierre's really good, bro.
He
be
is
hitting
really good.
all his outside shots.
Does he have the 7'4" center still, or is he using
Nah,
somebody
he's
else?
using a guard.
All right,
Yeah,
nice.
he got a beard on his player with the face scan. yeah,
I have a face scan on
yeah,
mine.
yeah, me too. I do.
Yeah,
too.
you should.
But yeah, I'm a 7-footer. I can hit threes. I can rebound. I rim run. Yeah, we be cooking, bro. We haven't played Pro-Am recently. But
First
rec
game
was
without
fire.
Jimmy. We're down 20.
Eesh.
Toronto, it's a good team.
The morale is done. Bro.
Lakers
It's
just
over.
smoked Toronto, so
Yeah.
We have no
okay.
Jimmy.
But we're gonna end the show off of we're gonna grade head coaching hires. There are 4 ones that happened thus far. Head
Our
coaching
next best
hires.
ball creator, Draymond. I want you to take that as you will.
So grading head coaching hires that happened. Number 1, John Harbaugh. You know, we spoke on this. We had a segment on it, but I think this is an A+ all around.
Yes. A plus, A minus. Culture builder. I like what they have over in New York, even though I don't want to see us succeed ever in life. Dart, Neighbors, Wardell Robinson had a cool year.
Scatterbo, dang.
Scatterbo,
How the tides have turned.
Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence.
Theo Johnson.
Let's talk
You
about
about
it.
to turn the clock back and go be a Giants fan
Fuck
again?
no. But I will say, with the NFC East, I won't count the Giants out. Shout out to John.
Yeah, A+. You guys see Joe Shane's press conference?
Yeah, he
today?
was look
Did
crazy.
you like it? Did it move you?
No, he was nervous. He was like up there kind of shaking and baking. No, A+. They need a culture shift. They need a leader. That's what John is.
Next hire, or you want to go?
I mean, same as you guys. A+. You needed a game changer. You needed a guy that's going to come in and immediately
That's what I'm
impact
coming in.
all
No
levels.
jacket, nothing. It's mad cold.
bold.
Just no jacket.
And I love bringing in Todd Monken. Anthony Weaver seems to be like the favorite for DC. So I'm in on the coordinator hires.
Next hire, Robert Saleh going to the Titans.
I'm at a B+. One thing we know for a fact, he can uplift the defense. We saw that in New York. You can't judge him solely off his tenure in New York because, Joel, earmuffs, they're the Jets, with all due respect. Tennessee built a foundation with Vrabel of being defensive oriented, and it's one of the main
With the
reasons
run
why
game.
they were so successful. On top of having an all-time great, Derrick Henry agreed. You need to get back to that identity, and I think that one, not hiring Matt Nagy gives you a little bit boost for that. I'll give him the B+. But then bringing in obviously Saleh, it makes me understand that you're going in with the idea that we have an identity. Interested to see who their offensive coordinator is, because I thought it would be Mike McDaniel, and now he's going to the Chargers, and I'm crushed. So who's going to be the guy that helps out Cam Ward develop?
Yeah, that's really the main thing, because Cam Ward, I see the stardom, I see the potential, but it needs to be reined in, it needs to be refined, and Robert Saleh definitely got the short end of the stick in New York, right? He brought over Mike LaFleur, and he wanted him to be his offensive coordinator. But after the second year, Woody Johnson basically stepped in and said, you got to fire somebody because his team is so bad. He was forced to fire LaFleur, but then he was also part of the process to hire Nate Hackett. And then he brought in Aaron Rodgers, and then from there, it wasn't really on Robert Saleh. It was Aaron Rodgers. So with that being said, it's probably like a C+ for me. What I didn't like about Robert Saleh, the last 2 years, the Jets led the league in penalties. Obviously, the last year only was coached for 5 or 6 weeks, but it was his coaching staff and his players and a lot of his, fundamentals and foundations. Led the league in penalties for 2 years. I never really liked the 3rd and 4th down opportunities. I always felt like he was too passive. Same thing when it comes to going for a touchdown versus going for a field goal. He just felt like a defensive-minded coach who's just a little bit behind where the NFL was. But he could coach his ass off on defense, right? Year 2, this was one of the best defenses in football. And you saw year by year the defense get better. And, of course, Sauce and you had DJ Reed and all of these guys breaking out. And Bryce Huff was good. Yeah. And there was a moment in time where I thought things would turn around for the Jets. And they didn't. But it comes back to offensive coordinator. If he brings in the right guy, it's going to be okay. But if he whiffs, I mean, he's going to be there for 2 or 3 years and probably get canned.
Why are you smirking?
Dude, I just think it's hilarious that Jets fans nitpick Saleh for 3rd and 4th down decisions. You have Zach Wilson. Why would you go for it on 4th down?
It's a good point.
Not getting.
I mean,
it's a good point.
Even still, there's
nuts.
No, it's a good point.
For saying that,
it's a good point. In hindsight, it's a great point.
But even still, even if your quarterback isn't great, there's
he wouldn't make that take in
opportunities.
2021, but
the points.
2025, he's
I'm
making
not
a
even
good
saying,
take.
not even points,
2021,
but
he's
punting
not
when you're on
saying
your
that.
opponent 45 when it's 4th and 2. There's situations where, sure, maybe it's Zach Wilson, maybe just because he didn't trust the quarterback. Maybe
the offense in general. Just don't
This is
trust
the one
it.
time I will say this. I'm sorry for you.
Why?
You're Jets fan.
Like, I think Robert Saleh, if he trusted the offense, he's probably more,
I agree.
prone to be aggressive in
Maybe.
moments.
I think
We'll find out.
C+, B-, Saleh, Cam Ward. I think their work ethics are going to intertwine.
The astrology shit, they were A+.
There we go.
That
means
matters.
something.
It does. I'm a big
Yeah.
astrology guy. Super huge. I understand it. You're a Sag. That's why we're bros. You're a Sag. That's why we're bros. You know what I'm saying? We get along super. That's why we love each other.
What, are you a
to death.
Cancer?
No. I'm an Aries.
Oh.
Dumb fuck.
I'll tell you what, Aries usually, they're fiery.
Yeah.
He's fiery.
I'm burning all right. But I do think Saleh, defense, got a couple foundational pieces over there. Titans are weird, though. Their defense, they got a couple guys that are of the older side, I'd say, or they're nearing their primes or nearing the end of their primes. Offense, there's not really a lot you feel good about outside of quarterback. I'm interested to see how Robert builds this foundation up. I feel like they should have went with somebody who's a little bit more established. I think Saleh is a great defensive coordinator. I don't know if he's a game changer in the building, especially for a team like Tennessee. But, I think he's still a good hire nonetheless, especially with the options that they have.
Between Nagy and Saleh, it's an A++.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
They should be throwing a
atrocious,
parade just for not hiring Nagy. I think this is a B. Robert Saleh, I think, is going to uplift the defense without a doubt. I mean, his final 3 years in New York, first in points per drive, first in EPA per play, third in success rate. You saw the noticeable drop-off when he was fired and Jeff Ulbrich became the head coach. And, that kind of basically ruined their season because the defense was awful from that point on.
Fans were happy about that. Never forget.
Yeah, it was different times then. But I think Robert Saleh, I think, is going to be a good coach. What I love about this the most is the fact that him and Liam Cohen were the 2 finalists for the Jaguars job. Jaguars go with Liam Cohen. Robert Saleh goes back to San Fran, defensive coordinator. Robert Saleh and Liam Cohen got into it post-game, and they got some beef. So now we're going to see that matchup twice a year. It's going to be pretty awesome. And this is a fresh slate. And I just hope that Saleh has the control in Tennessee that he didn't have in New York. And I hope that it's a good opportunity for him. $90 million in cap space, a top 5 pick. You got some draft picks. I think they have 2 third-round picks. This can be a pretty quick turnaround if they make the right moves and decisions. I think one thing he doesn't have to worry about is quarterback. I think Cam Ward is going to be a fine quarterback in this league. And even with the rookie season he had, it's like it far exceeds anything that Zach Wilson ever did. Like, he's already starting at such a higher point in his quarterback room.
Do you feel good about this?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, I feel way better.
Because I feel like after rookie year, Zach, the Tennessee game, you probably feel the same way too about Cam Ward.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Cam Ward just had so much more good play. Final 7 weeks, he has 10 touchdowns to 1 pick. And the defenses he played, Houston twice, obviously, Jacksonville once. He didn't play the second game. Division games, whatever, but Seattle, You also play Cleveland. You also play the Chargers defense.
They played Denver week 1.
You played Denver. Like, dude, that was the toughest schedule of pass defenses in the NFL. And I thought that he showed like really promising signs.
Different, dominant,
so
awesome, incredible.
I like it a lot. Next move, next hire, Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins.
I didn't like it just because Jesse Minter was potentially a guy that you could bring into the building. I think Jeff Hafley was, I think you said it on the short form, Delson, it's true, the third best defensive head coach available. Flores obviously wasn't a reality to come back. I think Minter was right there for the taking. Hafley, underwhelming defensive play caller, especially without Micah. And I think that that's unfair of me to say to a certain extent because Micah's such a game changer. But overall, I'm not the hugest fan of the move. I'm also curious, who's the offensive coordinator? Who are you going to bring in to revamp this offense again? Because McDaniel obviously set such a standard, of course, not looking at this season, which was absolute dog shit. But from the past in which you had production out of the offense, there's a certain level that you need to get to. And with this defense that has talent, obviously, you're going to be asked to put together one of the better defenses in the league like we saw this past season with Weaver. So I think there's high expectation. I'm at a C, though, because I'm pretty unsure about the future for the Miami Dolphins.
I'm at a C-. This is my least inspiring hire of this offseason cycle. When McDaniel got fired as a Jets fan, I was happy because he gave us hell just like every other team gives us hell. But Mike McDaniel always gave us hell. And I felt like they're downgrading that coach. I think Mike McDaniel is one of the best offensive minds in the NFL. And I think Jeff Hafley's a good defensive mind, but I don't think he's special. I do think Brian Flores, who of course wasn't getting this job, I think Chris Shula, Jesse Minter, they would have been more encouraging hires, but you did have the Packers GM or the Packers assistant, get the Dolphins GM job. So it's not shocking that he brought over his guy or a guy that he's worked with. I just never looked at the Packers defense these last couple of seasons, thought Hafley was like pushing these buttons and doing special stuff that made this Packers defense specifically this year special. And last year it was pretty underwhelming. So maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I don't think it's a great hire.
Yeah, I just felt like they should have went for somebody a little bit more established. I think Miami's a shit show right now. I think got to figure out the Tua situation. How does Tyreek Hill look coming back? Are you even going to have him on the roster? Yeah. Jalen Waddle and his injury concerns, and defensively, how does that secondary look? I think the pass rush is good. They got a lot of young talent, but it's still a wait and see. And like you mentioned, Jeff, I feel like if you have great talent, I feel like he can keep it at a high level. But when you need somebody to kind of push buttons and kind of build something, I don't know if he was the guy I would have went with. But give it a smooth, calm, little C. It's really going to be hard to fix that Miami situation because what are you going to do at quarterback and what are you going to do with all these players on the defensive side? That's going to be the question.
This is C+. This was the worst possible job any coach could have gotten. They have a terrible cap situation. They have tons of dead cap. They have a quarterback that they're probably most likely going to designate as a post-June cut and eat a lot of dead money. Tyreek Hill, who knows what they're going to do with him. He's probably not going to play all of next season. This is going to be a very underwhelming roster with talent. Right? They have, I think, the second most free agents, and they have no cap space to bring anybody back. Not that the free agents that are leaving are like guys you really got to bring back, but they have money to make no moves. Everything about it this year is going to be a complete teardown, and they're going to be really bad this year. And, I think Jeff Hafley's going to have a leeway with the assistant GM of the Packers going over to the Dolphins. I think that they're going to bring in Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis will be the starting quarterback of the Dolphins this upcoming season.
I don't hate that.
I just feel like there's too many connections there with the Packers GM, Jeff Hafley, DC coming from the Packers, and then Malik Willis, backup quarterback. I think there's continuity there. And I do think that he is a really good defensive play caller and designer with his simulated pressures. I think that he gets the most out of his talent, and the Dolphins have a good infrastructure on the defensive line with Chop Robinson and Zach Taylor. They have some talent up front there to take advantage of, but
Kenneth Grant.
Kenneth Grant too as a run stopper. The back end though is going to be the big question mark with them. They have to improve the secondary a ton, but I think this is just a rebuild and retool year. I don't expect nothing from them this upcoming season. Final one, Kevin Stefanski to the Falcons.
A+. I love this move for them. I think that it depends on the move that they make at quarterback, fine, but they have so much offensive talent that I think that the sky is the limit for this offense. Whether it is Michael Penix going into next season, who knows what happens with Kirk Cousins and his situation.
Take your job serious.
That's pretty fucked up. But I really, really do hope what you're saying is true about Miami going post-June, cutting Tua, and Tua takes his job. I'm praying to the good Lord that happens.
That'd be cool.
I'm ready to rise up. I really am excited for that. That jersey would go fucking dumb.
It'd be in your boy Bryce's division, though. Fighting demons there.
I'll be honest. I love Bryce. My heart, my soul. I'm rooting for Tua to succeed. I'm not
There you
really.
go.
Yeah, everybody knows that. But Stefanski as a whole, I mean, there's a lot of offensive talent on this team with Drake, with Kyle Pitts, who just broke out again, with Bijan being arguably the best running back in the game right now, truthfully. It's their right tackle that got injured. Not Lindstrom. Lindstrom played this year. But
Caleb McGarry.
Thank you. McGarry gets hurt to start the season out for the year, which is a huge bummer. Obviously, he's going to bring a huge boost to that run blocking that they have. Bijan's only going to be better. The offensive line is going to have a little bit more protection. I'm excited for this one. I give it an A+ for sure.
Yeah, feel really good. Probably like a B+, A-, not as high on Drew. I think Stefanski still has some questions, but I think what you saw was when he had a quarterback in Cleveland, like the Browns won a playoff game. You know what I mean? Like, say that out loud. The Browns won a playoff game, two-time coach of the year. Yeah, so he always did more with his teams and his rosters, did more with less. And I don't think he had anything really to do with the Deshaun Watson trade. It seemed like he was pretty against the Deshaun Watson trade, and that was he was in the right. And as well as this past draft, I don't know if he was in on Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders. It felt like it came from ownership and the front office, not Stefanski. So A-. I think this was the best offensive mind on the market. He's proven he has a track record, and he's going to Atlanta with a lot of weapons.
A+, man. Like, bringing in an offensive mind this good with Bijan Robinson, Drake London. Not 100% sure if Darnell Mooney's coming back, but if he is that, it'd be cool too. Kyle Pitts, if he does come back. It's pretty dope. I think this offense, you saw last year, Atlanta could have won games if they had consistent quarterback play. I think that was the X factor. And you saw that pass rush at times be able to wreck some games.
At times, it was amazing.
Yeah, and I look at the Buffalo game as one of those games where they wreck games. Their secondary, they still have A.J. Terrell, who I thought had a bounce back year. They drafted Xavier and Billy Bowman Jr., if I'm not mistaken, who were solid rookies. So this team has talent. It's just about putting everything together. I wish Jesse Bates would have stayed from a couple years ago, but for the most part, Atlanta doesn't have the draft pick, so getting a coach was important, and I think they aced that part.
Well, Jesse Bates is still there.
As fuck.
Yep, it's all right.
Yeah.
That's on me. Why did I thought he was in the Bengals?
No. He came from the Bengals.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I think this is an A as well. In Cleveland for 3 years, he had a top 6 rushing offense, and they played well. Like, I think whether or not you have Penix or Kirk Cousins comes back, I think Kirk could come back and do a good job and run his offense. I mean, they had success in Minnesota, much older now, but I think Kirk is still capable of running an NFL offense, and it's going to be really fun. I think that Kevin Stefanski instantly became the best coach in the NFC South. I mean, maybe Kellen Moore, you bank on his upside, or Dave Canales or Todd Bowles, but it seems like Kevin Stefanski went to a division that is very winnable, and if he gets the most out of his players, which he's shown in the past to do, they can win this division. And seriously this time, like, it was like everybody's pick coming into this year to win it, and they didn't, but I think they could do it this year with Stefanski. But that's going to do it for this. What?
Keontae George 40-bomb.
Such a legend.
If you had to guess where Miles Bridges ranks
Third.
All-time Hornets
scoring, he's third. He might get the one.
How far?
I don't
Kemba
know.
won, right?
I mean, if he's third, he can't be far from one, right?
Yo, K's been playing like shit.
Cade?
He's been hurt.
He's injured, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
He's injured.
Hey, playmaking. He had more assists than the Celtics.
They had like 12
He's injured.
assists last
Halliburton
night.
played through injury too, but he didn't get that same grace.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Halliburton was hurt for like half the year, to be fair. Or like some games, but not other
Halliburton couldn't
games.
sleep in his own
Yeah,
bed.
he had
had
a home away
fucking-
fast.
Halliburton had a hamstring. You're talking about a wrist.
It only
And hamstring is worse.
it only bothered him road games though.
Fry him, bro.
No, there were multiple
Like, what are
times
we talking about?
there were multiple times that he shitted on Halliburton, and it wasn't just that one moment.
Well, I
No,
hated
for
Halle.
sure.
So
He does, yeah.
I hate Halle.
He called him
And
Steve
now
Nash,
he's modern
but
day
hey,
Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's one of your funnier takes.
It is one of the funny ones. I love Cade, bro. You can
'Cause
never
he
hear
was
me
an
talk
accident.
bad about Cade.
It was straight up an accident. He was like, fuck.
I'll never talk bad about
And then
Cade.
Halliburton gets hurt. Look at the Pacers. They're gonna get a top 3 pick. They're gonna get AJ DeBanza.
They need it.
Yeah, I
They
mean
get
Halliburton
AJ.
and him.
Halle can go right to where he needs
And
to
you're
be.
going to be a
win a chip.
Pacers fan.
Yes.
Have
Actually,
shame.
I would
Have
love
shame.
them.
Have shame.
No.
Have shame.
It's AJ. I go where he goes.
Have shame.
Respect
Nope.
that.
You're going to root for Halliburton by proxy.
Yes.
Have shame.
NBA finally realized how great he is.
He's awesome. I'm actually already gearing up for it now. He's incredible.
I respect that.
Man, shout out to our next episode, man. So NBA talk. Definitely gonna talk about those Knicks.
You guys
fucking suck. They
Hey,
suck
I can't
right
wait
now.
to see you guys in ECF.
Yeah, need Tatum back.
I try to tell y'all,
I'm
man.
just
We
saying
don't.
I've been here, bro.
Don't play with
y'all
no
slept
heart.
on the Celtics, man.
Oh, that's fine. I'm here for Detroit. I'll see y'all when we see y'all. You know,
True, Detroit was my other team.
Should have stayed. Bro.
I got some. What do you mean? I'm here.
If we going against Boston, you got to stay
I have to
over
pick
there.
a side.
Yeah, you
I have
gotta-
time.
And we real beef, so it's like you got to.
I got time.
I
I
got
got
to
time.
pick kind of like when April starts.
I got time.
All right. April's gonna
I
be
got
like this.
months.
She gonna come out like this.
All right, bro. I got months.
Just making sure you know. And just remember who got it out the mud.
But I also will say, like, Detroit fans were actively like, yo, come pull
Bro,
up.
pull
For that.
up.
No,
It's vibes over here.
but here's the issue,
They're
though.
desperate, bro.
Jalen Brown, my brother.
I get it.
You know,
It's vibes over
I
here.
bit like me.
there's
wait,
no
hold up.
vibes over
Wait,
there.
hold up. You're saying you'll be a Celtics fan?
Come on, bro.
No,
like
he's
that's
saying
what you
Detroit.
gathered.
He's saying Detroit.
That's what
Detroit.
you gathered.
I'm trying to get him to
You
slide.
said Jalen Brown's your guy.
That's Jalen. But if he comes to Detroit, he can't.
All
It
he's
can't be
talking,
that. It
I'm
can't be
solely
that.
talking about if the two match up.
It can't be
That's
that.
what
You
I-
fake gotta
Okay,
like
too much
ain't
up.
watch him.
Jalen,
If it's if you
I'm
come
gonna be
on,
honest with you, my brother. That'll never happen.
you gotta stay with him. And I won't even be mad if you stay with him. I ain't gonna be mad.
I
You've been
can't
there.
hate
You've
watching.
been there. You ain't been here. You
You're
fake
right.
been on the Scotty wave. They don't know about that, but I let it. I don't bring
Pistons
that
fan
up.
love me.
Yeah,
For what reason? I don't know, but I love them.
Yeah, we had beef first year for sure.
Oh, first year.
First year.
It's
for
true.
sure,
It's
for sure.
true. Because
Us
Scotty,
and Cavs fans. Too,
it's
for
because
sure.
Scotty outperformed him. And they
Allegedly.
didn't like that.
Allegedly.
He's mad.
You're saying
Allegedly.
Cade's rookie year?
Yeah.
It's because Cade missed the
Cade- yeah,
first
Cade
month.
was
If we're
hurt,
being
right?
honest, yeah.
Foot shit. You know what I'm saying?
He was nice, but so was Scotty.
Scotty was cool.
And he hates Scotty.
Well, at that point, Scotty
Right now,
is gonna
who's
be the
playing
next
better?
Giannis.
Right now, who's playing better?
Last 4 games, who you got?
I mean, I respect that. I'm
Hey.
pretty sure Scotty. I think. Yeah.
I don't know, honestly.
I'm pretty sure
Because
Scotty.
Cade's been so bad.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
4
man.
for 17
It's
tonight.
just a shooting.
12
man.
assists.
4 for
Sometimes you gotta
17.
take something. You gotta leave with something.
Sometimes you got to take some.
You know what I'm saying? When Dells was telling me one playoff series, Tatum was shooting bad, but he wasn't playing bad because he
Nope.
was
It's a
assisting and
fact.
rebounding.
That's
That's
why.
what superstar players do,
So
like
super-
Anthony Edwards.
that's what- yes, I love Ant. You know, it's my guy.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Pick a Side Podcast. You guys can follow us on Instagram at Pick a Side Podcast. Same handle for TikTok and Facebook. And you can follow us on Twitter at Pick a Side Pod. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't bought one already, buy a Pick a Side hoodie. It's on our
Copy.
site description. The link is in the description. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.